Microphone check. 1, 2. What is this? What is cracker lacking? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the No Pyro podcast. We are back once again. Just coming out with theme music. No pyrotechnics. No flashbangs. No smoke. None of that. We just hear house show music, baby. Let's get it. My name is Total Mac. In the building, coming from the cave, the No Pyro cave, on a different day of the week. This week was election week. A lot going on. A lot of people normally during election week is like, all right, Tuesday I'm honed in because that's the day that the shit's going to be over with. And guess what? It's still going on. So we still coming to you live from the basement, live from the cave anyway, because we got to get a lot off our chest and a lot of information to you. And we got some predictions coming up about AEW's most recent pay-per-view. As always, joined in the building with me is my favorite gentleman across the sea. My man, Swervy Lee, a.k.a. One Serve Swerve, a.k.a. Swervy Atmos, a.k.a. Swollen Pile, f.k.a. Yoko Tuna, a.k.a. Driving Dirty Swervy. Swerve, what's good with you, dog?
Listen, man, I'm feeling like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, excuse me, because my wallet is feeling the citations.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Shout out to the
guy.
Shout out to the city and to the towns we see out here getting boys or going over the limit. It's all good. I've been there before.
How fast were you going?
Well, hold on.
It was 26 in the 15.
Damn it,
Oh,
man.
that's not.
So 1 mile is what triggered it.
Well, did you play it like they gave you life?
Nah, I just went to see if it was. I just went to go make sure it was 6 o'clock
Oh, okay.
because
Bean said he played it like it was a year and a day. You know what I'm saying? Or he got a year and a day, but they played it like they gave him life.
all of those joints, the times vary. Some is 3, some is 5, some is 6. I'm like, damn. I had to get the one that was 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I purposely stay out of areas with them. I'll waste gas to take the back road, so I don't even have to be on one of those because I know what time it is. I got a lead foot.
I mean, I usually good about it, but it's a quick zip to my parents' house. I don't want to change my route. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, which was this on K?
Right there.
On K?
You said K, right?
Kay.
Oh no.
Okay, no. Okay, all right.
I
Because they
thought you
got
said the other street that begins with a K. Near
oh
B.
no 6 o'clock over there.
Yes.
What? I thought it was like 3:30.
Well, it ain't. I'm here to tell you.
Wow. Okay. Duly noted. Thank you, sir.
hmm And for the rest of you listeners, well, panel members, I should say, don't go over there around that time.
Right. So, also in the building with me, as we get off our felon, we go to No Chill Drew, aka EGB, aka the Applebee's Don, aka I keep forgetting your other aka,
Was it Dollarita?
and
Yeah, Dollarita, man, come on.
Valerie Drew, aka Ooh wee. Can I guess it today? I think I know what it is.
Sure.
It's a monster.
It's a Mountain Dew. It's close. It's
A
probably
Mountain,
just as unhealthy.
a Mountain Dew energy.
No.
Damn. That was one of
Do I
those.
sound energized right now?
Not at all.
No.
So, what goes on in your world, sir?
What goes on in my world is Well, luckily, I don't have any speeding tickets, knock on wood, because I just paid my last one off, and it was a hefty boy. But
What's
not
the cost?
much.
Xbox Series S.
Actually, if we want to be honest, yeah,
Oh my god!
it was about like $390, dude.
Damn.
Because here's the thing: not only was I speeding in Clarence,
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
but I also forgot to pop on that seatbelt.
Mm.
So wear your seatbelt, kids, not for your life, but because it will fuck up your wallet.
There's a new law that says everyone over 16 in the car has to wear one now.
Everyone over 16?
Yes, sir.
So if you're like a 5-year-old, you could be like, fuck their seatbelts. They don't matter. They're not people.
I guess so.
Hey, man, it's the same thing I say about people who ride the metro. Nobody cares about their life. So we ain't gotta
Hey,
wear a
if you're riding the
seatbelt.
metro, you don't care about your own life either.
Drew, sometimes people got to ride the Metro Rail. I will say, though, in the city that we live in, the Metro Rail system is so screwed up. And it's so easy, you can't get lost. You're either going left or you're going right. There's no curves, there's nothing. You just go left or right. Which way are you going?
Let me just say, if you have a homeless man jerk off on you in the Metro Rail, you deserve it because you went on the Metro Rail. All right?
I'm sorry, is this like the Halloween episode where you're cosplaying as Abby, or what's going on here?
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying anything. I'm
who
just
had
saying.
that?
That is an Abby take, okay? Let's
No,
get
that's a
back
Jim
on track.
Jones take.
Let's get back on track. You talk about Dirty Mike and the boys, having fun with your upper torso. All right, come on now.
Upper torso. Wait, what? Where? Do you know where it is on the body?
Are we still in introductions?
I think we are. Oh,
Someone's waiting patiently, chomping at the bit.
yes, they are. And if you're not familiar with their laugh, then let me get you familiar with who they are. Today for a special episode of No Pyro Podcast. He's your friend, and he's sometimes ours. You know him. We know him. Hell, we all know him as the one, the only, Ooh-Up Jeff. Ooh-Up Jeff. Clap it up for my man. Let's get it. How you doing, dog?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Special AEW correspondent Ooh-Up Jeff back in the building. I actually broke into No Pyro Studios today because Full Gear is on us. And just like Dirty Mike and the boys, I'm ready to go. How do I come up after that one, huh? How do I come up after that introduction with Dirty Mike and the boys?
Are you familiar with the reference?
Oh, yeah. It looks like a deer's vagina back there. I don't know.
Yeah.
We will have sex in your Prius. It will happen.
I just gotta know, Drew, do you play Little River Band in your car where you just commute back and forth?
Wait, what?
Do you listen to Little River Band?
I don't listen to Little River Band.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Since we're throwing references out.
Oh, jeez. Thank you once again, gentlemen, for having me on the show. I once again claim my title for showing up on the show more than anyone else. Abby had me at tied, and now I'm back in the spot where it belongs.
Woo! I heard them sound like shots.
Nah, I can't shoot at my tag team partner right now.
Yeah,
That's the exact person you turn on. What are you talking about?
Oh shit, you're right. Well, it's not that season yet. Come on.
they already had their squabble, so they're two-time tag team champion now. It's not Mania season, yes, we'll build up to that.
See me after Rumble.
they're at the point where the opponents are ducking and they're accidentally hitting each other, but they're still together. But we can see the cracks.
Sounds like another rivalry that we'll get to later on in the episode, doesn't it? Unless
It does.
the ring and not caring.
I don't know which one of us is the drunk cowboy in this scenario, but I think we're both happy to be here.
Exactly. So we have a lot to get to, but for the past, I don't know, Swerve, it's been like a month, maybe like 5 weeks. We were starting to show off a different avenue. Let's go there. We are at this point, November 5th. We are 1 week away. 1 week from truly being in the 9th generation.
Abby's favorite segment coming up. Let's go.
Let's spend 2 hours right here, baby.
To ask the same question that Hunter Hearst Helmsley once asked. Are you ready?
Well, I'm as ready as I can be. Consider I won't have any systems. So I'll be looking at YouTube gameplay.
You just heard about a citation gang. You know, he ain't getting no systems right now.
The town's getting one.
Right.
Well, I mean, they can get Miles Morales. They can't get a system off me now. Let's not be ridiculous.
Oh, no, they got the system off Drew. They got the game off you.
Yeah. I bought the town the system. You just bought a Madden.
A lot of the videos today, I believe today is the day that the embargo on the Xbox was lifted.
Yep, and you know when it happens because there are instantly 2,000 reviews of all at the same time that they had done last week.
They're all just sitting in the queue like, press me, press me, press me. You know?
All saying the same things. It's like, oh, man.
I just want to get something off my chest because the last time we were here, I had a little meltdown about the Xbox Series S. And I kind of apologize. I got to do it. I got to apologize. Because basically, I wasn't harder on that system. I should have been more tough. I should have been more critical of that system. I'm just going to come out and say it right now.
You should have been more tough.
The system is a piece of shit. Do not buy that.
Dan,
Yes?
he says, I apologize, and then he comes out swinging.
You got to start with love.
I was too hard on the system. What I meant to say is, it's a piece of shit, and I hope they burn it.
Yeah, it is. Because I've been watching videos over the past week, and it's very misleading. It's like when you go to Kmart and you go buy a new TV, and you're just trying to figure out what the specs are. It's like, oh, True Motion 180. It's like, what the hell is that? It's really 60 hertz for your panel. Please.
You know, all they really had to do was just, if they had to take a hit, but they should have never came out with a next-gen system that had lower teraflops than the current one that you got right now.
Yep.
All they had to do was at least match it and make it 6 and have everything else be in there, and then it would have been fine.
Yep.
I'm not one to judge something by the size, but when I saw some of those people pulling pause. When I saw some of those people pulling that console out, I go, oh, that's kind of, it's looking like some Nanica Smitch levels of, oh, not quite the Nintendo Switch. Here's a Smitch. What? All right, how much is it? $30? Okay.
Yeah. It's a travesty.
There's use cases for it. It's just not many. I mean, it's not a whole lot of practical ones. I mean, if you really, really, really are just a diehard, PlayStation fan, and you just kind of want to see what it looks like on the other side, that's the cheapest route to go.
It is.
Well, did you hear what they're thinking about coming out with?
What was that?
Is the Xbox stick? It's going to be kind of like a Fire Stick,
Oh yeah,
Where
it's
it,
next to the TV. Yeah.
yeah, it just has the Xbox, what Game Pass on it.
Yeah,
So you can
they're gonna do it.
but I mean, I feel like this is when they first released the last gen consoles, and they had the always online, and they asked, the guy who was running Microsoft at the time, what do you have to say to people who don't have online capabilities? Well, you could buy an Xbox 360. Now I think this is like their tongue-in-cheek way of going, well, I mean, if you can't afford the Series X, here's a Series S. It's a piece of shit, but it's next gen.
They need to
I think they generally love making consoles. Like they just like making them.
Those Chinese kids have to do something.
eat. I watched a video on Gears 5. This is, I don't know, maybe a couple days old, and it was touted as being 1440p as the max that it will get to, because that's what the system is. Um, there was actually something that came out and said, actually, no, it's the most that it will run is at, was it 120 hertz is going to be 720p. 720,
Really?
yeah,
720?
They
720.
couldn't even pull off 1080? Jesus Christ.
Ain't that crazy for 2020?
You're gonna get all of these bells and whistles that your TV is not gonna be able to handle, and then they're gonna reduce the ratio on the TV. They're gonna bring it down to 720.
It's going to
So
look great on the little TV that comes with a built-in VCR.
So think of the Series S as a picture of a very beautiful girl, but she took it with a bad camera.
Oh, you mean like every good fight ever, you're like, oh, what's going on with that camera?
Some motherfuckers filming with a laptop.
They're 3 megapixel front-facing camera. That's the series.
Would you put this on WorldStar with? A Samsung Galaxy S3. What the fuck?
My BlackBerry.
Ugh.
so
It sucks because I saw the S and I thought that was a really good move. Not for me. I'm not getting that shit. Not a chance. I wasn't gonna anyways. Just because it's not so much PlayStation fanboy, if you will, but it's just the games that I like are normally on PlayStation and either on it or exclusively on it. So I plan on going that route anyways. But I remember seeing the S and going, all right, that's a smart idea if people are poor, especially nowadays they're poor with the pandemic. But to hear that it's not at least up to standard with what you would think even the lowest level of the ninth generation is, y'all getting fucking ripped.
yeah, I mean, it's $299, and then here's the thing. Let's say you go out and buy this piece of shit box, and you want to get the next gen experience, because that's what they've been telling you at the press conferences and online and on Twitter. And then you go and say, I want to buy Call of Duty. Swerve. It's a gigabyte size on that Call of Duty, man.
Ooh.
Oh, it was what? 136 or something like that? After?
136.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you know how much or what the space is on the Series S, gigabyte wise?
It's 3 something.
You got one game taking up half the space. Please do not buy this system. I'm begging you. Because guess what? You're going to buy this system, and then you're going to run over to Seagate and get the SSD, and then you're going to be spending the same price for the Xbox Series X.
And that's actually, I think, what they intend is, hey, we're selling this cheaper system. They're hoping people buy it, and then they go and they buy their own personal external hard drive that's made through Xbox, so that they're spending literally the exact same amount of money that they would if they just bought an Xbox Series X.
Gotcha, bitch.
You could probably buy like a scan disc, but if you
Are they going to work with it?
It's not
Because I
gonna.
know that I heard that at least with PlayStation, I don't think that anything is compatible except for their personal one.
Yeah, it's looking like a very proprietary memory card looking motherfucker right here.
Yeah, I think it'll work, but it's not gonna be as seamless as if you're using. Um,
Yeah, it's you when you plug in an SSD, it's going to work a lot faster when it's actually plugged into the system versus through USB. USB is only going to run so fast.
yeah, yeah. Just every day leading up to this release, I'm just like, yo. I mean, I don't see the point in buying one of these unless you have like a bullshit TV that you don't care about 720, 1080, 2160, 1440, and you just want to be involved in the next gen quote unquote conversation.
Yeah, I'll sum it up like this. If you don't own any other streaming devices and your TV OS sucks and you occasionally want to play a game, then you buy the S.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
If you really love Halo, but you don't play anything else, maybe.
That's funny. I saw those pictures from Halo. It doesn't look like Halo likes you at all. So,
And yo, shout out to Sony because they were getting lambasted when there was no budget console on their side of things when all of this stuff started to get released. And now, or even not even now, but before then, you saw the YouTubers and reviewers raving about this Xbox Series S about, oh, it's smaller. Oh, you'll love the specs. Oh, you'll love the price. And now you see why. It's just like, it's not worth it at all.
Xbox was doing something where I saw a couple people that I watch on YouTube just straight up got a free console. And it's like, all right, I can see what you're doing here. I see it, but I can see what you're doing here.
Yeah.
And you know it came with like a little card that says, hey, give us a good review.
Are you talking about people who are like Burger King who got a new PS5?
No.
No, like video game people. People
Talk
who
about the
like do
reviewers.
video game media.
Get to look at it early. They got a little card that had like a ass crack and a nose. Said, you know what to do.
Open up a little tin. Hey, look at this brown shoe polish. You put the little bit right there on my nose right there. Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, for a free next-gen console, I mean, hey, they did what they had to do.
Yeah, but the problem is now we're realizing, according to you, I didn't really see this, but it's not a next-gen console. It's a fucking lie.
I think it's worse than the Xbox One X.
Damn.
No, I know
Damn.
what it is. I just know
Fucking
In
happy
some
holidays,
ways-
bitches.
In some ways, it could be worse than the S because it don't even play discs.
Fuck.
No,
Merry Christmas.
buy a One S and be more, happy with that purchase. Wow.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Bad business.
Now, Uwap, are you on the day one next gen grab, or are you just holding out? Because I know you got a new addition to the family, so I feel like you get away with that, or what?
Oh, you think we're bathing in money over here? We're dry. We're dry as a motherfucker. I am poor, my friend, poor as can be. It's a good time to be poor though because I see these games. I'm like, those are alright. And as much as I see Miles Morales, and I'm like, I will play that sometime. I'm not itching to get it. And there's always going to be a game that'll eventually get me to itch to grab it. It's probably going to be God of War 2 or God of War 5, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That'll be the one that makes me pull the trigger. Now, I am married to a lovely wife who loves to throw whatever she can at me when it comes to video games.
Is she also hair dry?
You motherfucker.
So you
I opened the door right open on
to
that
be
one.
poor?
Yeah, it works. It works out because I'm definitely not getting it day one. I kind of don't like getting consoles on day one. The last thing I want to do is buy and invest in a console and find out that it's fucking garbage. Looking at you, Series S, and I'd like them to kind of work out with any sort of tweaking that they have to do to really fix it and do whatever they need to. And also, again, very poor right now. Christmas is around the corner. I got 3 kids, and also my second born and third born are both born in January. I am not getting a new console anytime soon.
But
Look,
Jeff, they don't really know about Christmas. I mean, you
hold
can
on,
just.
Swerve. I swear, I don't want to skip over the fact that Jeff, after a little correction, damn near was about to say that the systems were going to be twerking.
Yeah. I'm kind of mad that you picked up on that, but yeah, you caught me. It sounds like Series S is twerking in the corner, just trying to survive. But yeah,
Getting no dollars.
That's
No.
why they didn't get the new console. Actually, is twerk for Microsoft.
there you go. And to answer your question, Swerve, yeah, the kids might not know that Christmas isn't really a thing, but we do, and more importantly, my wife does. So it's not going to happen. This is the same woman who has definitely spoiled me many times over the years. She actually was worried when she saw that the pre-orders were all gone, and I'm like, fucking why? We're poor. No.
Yeah.
I'll be jumping on that train within the next year, roughly, probably, when things are a little bit more evened out.
But Mac's getting fucking both.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That story was a roller coaster that I loved living through. Sounded like you weren't getting nothing, and then 20 minutes later, when the story was done, you were walking out like a king.
Well, update on that. So, right now, that is still the plan. But I am shaking like a stripper in church because I'm just, seeing on forums and seeing what's trending, and people aren't getting their dates for confirmations as far as when they'll be sent out.
Uh-oh.
I did a little thingamajig on Amazon that says the 12th for the PlayStation. So, still crossing my fingers with that. I still don't believe it. I asked the wife because she's got everything on her end. Any emails, any updates, let me know. Go into the Target app. It says estimated shipping date, and it's 6 days away from the release date of the Xbox. I'm worried. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
you better hope they didn't do like the airline tickets and just over.
Oh, I heard a lot of people
That's
were
what they
getting emails saying, hey, your pre-order didn't actually exist. Sorry.
So I'm a little worried. I don't know. I didn't get the dreaded one. Got like,
Somebody tearing paper. I mean, what's going on?
yes, Drew blowing his ass out.
It's not me.
It's probably my chair creaking. I'm sorry.
Oh, all good.
But if it was me, I can go fuck myself.
Well,
In the
Drew,
bag of chips, man.
we've done 100 some odd episodes together. I think I'm at liberty to say to you. Ooh, comes on like it's like his 4th, 5th, or 5th episode. We're not at that level yet. Drew, yes. So yeah, I'm a little worried. I didn't get the email that people got right away on Amazon when they was like, yes, it went through, and then it was like a week later, no, sorry, didn't get one of those. So I'm still holding hope.
Mac, we're all sweating with you, buddy. We're all sweating with you.
That's why it stinks in here. Okay, got you. No, thank you. Next week, I will update you guys. It is the shocking conclusion to
The real important news.
So I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward. This weekend will be a trip to the store to find out what game for what system will I buy or pre-order. So that should be fun. So, in other news, we got some wrestling to talk about. We have a
Hey, we do
big,
that around here, don't we?
we do. Big slate to talk about. We've got AEW, we've got WWE, we've got Full Gear. It's going to be intense. Before we get into that, I just want to say, I know I've mentioned the show before, Big Brother. I actually started watching the old seasons. I don't know who won what, so I'm watching as if it's still going on. And there's actually a wrestler on the show that competed, and I didn't know that they were really on the show, and they actually are still wrestling to this day. Anyone want to take a guess on who it is?
I know exactly who it is, but I will let the other people take a guess.
Okay, well, you can go ahead, Drew. Oh, well, after they guess, then you can reveal it.
I'm sorry, I just got back. I walked away for a second to take care of some business. What was the question?
Well, you don't watch Big Brother, so you don't know who was a wrestler who competed on there.
But the wrestler was Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
Did he have a mask on?
He did not.
Fucking
No,
breaking kayfabe. God damn it.
he called himself Judas.
It was before he was Luchasaurus. It was actually I think right before he went in NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Judas in NXT, right? Is that what it was?
Probably.
Part of me was really hoping you were going to say it was someone like Val Venus, like just some fucking debauchery.
Hello, ladies. I'm voting for the men. Try my weed.
He's on the show falling in love with this other contestant. And this contestant has a twin. So he used to get them confused. And now it's like a gameplay issue where he's like, I just want to keep the one that I'm in love with and just get rid of her sister because he doesn't belong here. So I don't know if he's with this girl in real life, but yeah, he's very emotional. So I didn't know what Lucha saw. I didn't know him behind the mask, but this is very telling. His name is Austin in real life.
Apparently, he's behind the mask and on the rag.
Oh,
So we just lost our female demographic. So
Lost.
yeah, because that's been gone.
Oh, we've been lost them.
So that's all I had. But yes, we have a lot to get to. So we have Uwap Jeff on today. He's going to help tackle the AEW side of things. Uwap and No Chill Drew, let's go ahead and get that cracking.
Can I start by saying one thing that I need to bring up about AEW? One thing.
Absolutely.
First off, we, you guys here at No Pyro tend to shit on AEW a little bit harder, but that's fine. Whatever. I don't always agree with your viewpoints, and that's fine. However, I will say this, like I said before, AEW's got me watching every week again, which is something that I didn't think would ever happen at me in my life. And it's the things that you like that you are allowed to criticize just as much as anything else. You got to be able to criticize the thing you love. I would like to find the person who's in charge of fucking sound at AEW and punch them in the mouth. Because if they start playing one more promo and can't cut the fucking mics in the arena so there isn't that ridiculous echo every promo, every week, grow up. Figure out your sound mixing, please.
this comes from the guy whose chair is literally just like the only thing I hear.
That has nothing to do with sound mixing. That has all to do with the body mixing, as in it is hurting the chair. Shut up.
Then mute that shit.
It sounded like when you were done with your spiel, it sounded like a woman was farting.
Ugh.
Nah, you sitting in a bowl of chips to me.
By the way, when you say that we criticize the ones we love, how often do you criticize your wife?
Yeah,
What the?
no
Okay,
comment.
well,
You're not. Come on, man. We're married here. Come on now, Drew. Then we don't go there.
if you don't criticize her, what does that mean?
Shut. My wife is not a wrestling company.
She might be.
That's the funniest line I heard in it. My wife is not a wrestling company.
All right. So I do have it pulled up here on Bleacher Report. So let's run down what happened this week on Dynamite. So the first thing, kind of to give some clarity on why we're having this first match. Last week, MJF wanted to basically get into the Dark Order. Well, not the Dark Order. I apologize. The Inner Circle. Nobody wants into the Dark Order. And after a lot of the members kind of like shit on him, Chris Jericho set up a match where it's going to be MJF versus Chris Jericho at the pay-per-view. If MJF wins, he's in the Dark Order. Or, God damn it!
Jesus Christ!
Inner Circle. But Ortiz and Sammy Guevara said that they're going to be wrestling MJF and Wardlow on this past week's Dynamite, just because of the fact they don't like them. So our first match is Sammy and Ortiz against MJF and Wardlow. MJF and Wardlow do get the win. This is after Matt Hardy's interference. They're still doing the Matt Hardy-Sammy thing. Chris Jericho was on commentary. Chris Jericho called him soft. After the match, he speared Jericho into the soundboard thing because he was called soft. What did you think about this match?
Okay, so let's rewind a little bit to last week when they were doing the debate, or not the debate. They were doing the town hall meeting. MJF wants to join the Inner Circle. Everyone's shitting on him. Now, there's actually the last 2 weeks have started off with an MJF mini promo right before they go out on the ramp. And at one point in time, Sammy Guevara tells him, "Hey, you're not joining the Inner Circle, man. You're a piece of shit." And MJF, "Hey, buddy, listen, I'm just here to try to help. Let me help you with a little bit. I like what you did with Matt Hardy. Little note on your promos, don't." And that's it. And that's all he said. And it's just, he's hammering it. Same thing happened this week with a little promo with Jericho and MJF, except this time, like you said, Jericho hit him with the, "I think you're a little soft." I like the match a lot. It leads up, it shows a lot of different stories going on at the same time, with Matt Hardy slapping the shit out of Sammy Guevara, which cost him the match essentially, because that's when Ortiz got pinned. And anytime I see Wardlow in the ring, I'm down. I know Swervy knows what's up on that one.
Wardlow.
I like Wardlow. I think if they give him a good single, I thought he was doing a really good job, and I thought they did a good job putting him in the tournament and like making it seem there's a little bit of storyline going on there too. Because at one point MJF's like, Wardlow, I hired him, so if he wins the tournament and he wins the AEW championship, that's just mine. And I'm looking at the contract going, I don't think that works, but
Ted
whatever.
DiBiase did it better in the 80s, but
Yeah. You get the idea though. But like, I like this match, and I like the fact that honestly, I did not see Jericho and MJF at Full Gear happening until the second they announced that match. I didn't see this coming at all, especially after the steak dinner, him trying to join the Inner Circle, and it hit me like a fucking hammer, and I'm like, I'm ready for Full Gear. I'm in because I'm down with MJF versus Jericho big time.
You thought they were just interacting for the hell of it? I mean, come on, man. You had to know.
Listen, man, I didn't. And it's probably because I was so engrossed, I guess, in the storyline. Maybe I just, I fell for it, I guess what you can say. Maybe I was just so deep in there, but...
That's how it was with the Otis storyline.
Fucking...
Ooh, careful with that, Drew. Someone's sensitive about that one.
So what did you think, Drew?
I thought it was a good match. It was standard for what I expected. MJF pulled his typical heel stuff. I wasn't a huge fan of Ortiz and Guevara teaming up I just didn't think they had a lot of chemistry as a team. That's to be expected with two guys who are not normally a tag team together.
Yep.
But I thought it was pretty good.
I wonder if they put those two together because like they decided to just kind of jam a little bit of Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara into the storyline at the same time. Almost kind of, let's hurry up and get a little bit more work in there, and we only got a 2-hour show. Let's go.
Yeah, like, hey, we can kind of cover this storyline too. That's why, Santana was in the match. It's like, hey, let's get this Matt Hardy thing. That way we can kind of continue it through the night as well. Apparently they think that that's an important storyline.
I mean,
I disagree.
You're right at the same time because it's a fucking rematch after he got hurt, and I get it. I appreciate that they're I feel like they're evolving. They're doing a good job of actually making sure these points make sense and not just hoping that you watch BTE this week. I can't fucking stand when they do that. I can't stand when they just expected that, you watch that one important thing develop on BTE, the comedy show that we run on Mondays. Like, nah, I'm good. So I appreciate that they're at least trying to tie up some loose ends. Yes, I do believe that I'm going to be definitely grabbing some chips when it comes to the Matt versus Sammy Guevara match. I don't care about that match, but I do like that they're trying to put a little bit more story into it.
Next match that we had was Trent versus Mero. Backstory on this, obviously, is as a wedding gift for Kip Sabian, he got him a very cheap-looking video game cabinet, arcade cabinet, that best friends put their opponent through while he was playing it. And now, basically, Miro is trying to get revenge. These two tag teams are feuding. It was the cheapest-looking fucking video game arcade cabinet I've seen.
Yeah, it was definitely plywood, like the thinnest you could get, please.
Yeah, it was made of construction paper, basically. But this is Miro's first singles match in AEW.
Yeah. Beat me to it.
Wait, video game system that was made?
What's that?
You said it was a video game system?
Yeah, he was like an arcade cabinet.
Oh, okay. I thought it might have came from like Soldier Boy or somewhere. My bad.
Hey, that's better than this.
I see that.
Is he still like getting sued by all Nintendo?
He came to assist quick on that.
That was a bold move on his part. I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but anyways, the match involved the Dark Order. This time I did get it right. They came out to beat down Orange Cassidy. During the match, did you get Chris Jericho's intrepid commentary? Where even other commentators were like, ooh, too far.
I think the only thing I remember hearing him say was like he said Beretta or something like that. But I remember I heard the commentary. What I missed something. What did he say?
No, on the outside when Orange Cassidy and Penelope Ford were kind of like getting into it, you hear Jericho. And speaking of trash, there's Penelope Ford, and everyone's like, oof.
Yeah, JR, who's drooling at the fucking commentary booth, is like, well, hold on there. I really like Penelope Ford. And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, hold on there. I will lick her ass crack.
How did you like the match there, Drew?
It was okay. I can definitely tell why Miro or Rusev or whatever you want to call him didn't excel in WWE. I feel it's a lot less WWE's fault and a little bit more his own fault when he's left to having matches against guys who are a little bit better than him in the ring because he doesn't look great. Maybe that's just my hot take, but I'm not impressed by him.
I liked it better than his other matches, but he was a tag team in those other matches. I did like – this is another one of those times where they were injecting another storyline at the same time with the whole Orange Cassidy versus John Silver from the Dark Order. So I like that they kind of threw that in there. And I like that they tried to make it seem like Miro was stronger. Like, he's a big dude, don't get me wrong. When you see the guy, he's fucking massive. But at one point in time, they like, the Dark Order's like just fucking around outside, and then he comes out to like kind of like growl at them or something, and they just kind of like went back like he was a big massive force that they didn't want to fuck with him. It's like, guys, you guys have jumped way bigger opponents multiple times, but fine. Yeah, I'm not too. Miro's doing it okay, I guess. I happened to jump in and check out one of his streams, and I fell asleep. So he doesn't have any charisma at all. Like, there's nothing there. I'm sorry to say.
So are you guys saying that Vince was always right?
No, not
I don't
always.
say he's always right, but I understand.
I'm like, oh, cool. You know, he's a big Twitch streamer. I guess maybe I'll check out what he's going. And I'm just like, he just talks very monotonously. And, you know, I really like this. And okay, they'll do this. I'm like, holy shit, look at all this money.
You fell asleep because Lana wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's why he has so many subscribers.
Yeah.
Now, I did want to point out, you mentioned the other storyline that they're trying to push, which is the Orange Cassidy, John Silver.
Yep.
How much does it hurt that Orange Cassidy goes from a big angle with Chris Jericho on the last pay-per-view to working the pre-show against Dark Order Henchman number 5?
Okay. First off, there's a couple corrections in that there, Drew. First off, Dark Order Henchman number 4, John Silver. Also, Orange Cassidy, John Silver, has been moved up to the main show. Now, it is actually the pre-show is the NWA World Championship. Yep, another championship belt from another company, again. But yeah, this is going to be part of the main story. I like it. And I'll tell you why I like it, and it's mostly because it's not that I see Orange Cassidy falling. It's, I think you've mentioned this before, Drew, they can't always be at the top of the line. They can't always be in the spotlight.
He's going to be at the top of the line, but goddamn, that's he goes from the top wrestler in the company to literally wrestling a henchman.
I get that, and I can understand that. Don't get me wrong. John Silver's kind of, you know, I got a personal thing with John Silver. He reminds me of a friend of mine, so maybe I got a soft spot for the guy. He's built like a fucking shithouse that's like 3 foot tall, though. So it's crazy when you think about it that way. But I'll watch the match. I'll enjoy it. But I can see what you're talking about, how it's like, ooh, that meteor fell real fast. Maybe it's just a cool-off period. Maybe they realize that with Orange Cassidy, if you just keep slapping him into the audience's face as this cool, suave guy, that eventually the chic will start wearing off. But we'll see, I guess, after if there's anything that happens after the pay-per-view, maybe.
I think the only person that has an end game is MJF that they have for them, and they don't really have one for everybody else. That's young.
That may be the
That
case.
is a key factor, the young part there, right?
Well,
So
yeah,
when you
I'm
say-
talking about Orange, Darby, MJF, people like that.
Yeah.
When you say in game,
You cut out, what'd you say?
when you say in game, what do you mean?
So it's clear that they want like MJF to be one of the top guys in the company, have the title multiple times, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't really know what they want to do with Darby or what they want to do with Orange Cassidy quite yet. They just know that he's popular. I feel like they're gonna misfield him, if you will. What are they gonna do with Cage? What are they gonna do with
Would you put
Archer?
Sammy in there?
Huh?
Would you put Sammy in there?
Yeah, you can put him in there too. I mean, he's probably more of the mid card title person that might have an in game. I don't know about the championship picture, but you can put him in there.
I think my biggest problem with the mid card belt is Cody is under the impression that the mid card belt is the main belt, and he treats it as such. So I find it hard to believe that maybe the mid-card guys are going to even have a chance at that because he's too busy acting like it's the main title.
Well, he has to. He can't go for the main title.
Well,
So that makes sense. That makes sense from his point of view. And also, I still don't think it's a mid-card belt. I still see it as just another championship on the side. Not at, like, one step below, not middle of the card. And let's not forget his open challenges where he let every motherfucker show up. Matter of fact, that's one thing I didn't like, was that he fought Orange Cassidy had a match against Brody Lee when he was in the championship, had another match against Cody, and then had a third match for the TNT Championship with Cody again. I think maybe that's why they're taking Orange Cassidy and putting him on the back burner for this pay-per-view, because I remember I was looking at it going, why the fuck does he get 3 championship title shots for the TNT Championship? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I can't stand when you tell me there's going to be a rematch 2 weeks from now. I can't stand it, which is why I don't watch WWE ever again.
especially
honestly.
with the ranking system.
Well, the ranking system's 50-50, guys. I know you shit on that one a lot. But let's not forget, the last time they tapped into that ranking system was MJF, which was last pay-per-view. You know, that wasn't that long ago.
And they cut a promo on the ranking system during the show.
Yeah.
It's
Called
like
out the ranking system?
when they feel like it.
Yeah, that's right. Taz cut a promo on it, right?
Yeah, so the next segment is Taz's promo.
Oh, good segue.
So Taz came out with Brian Cage and what's the other guy's name? Starks?
Ricky Starks.
Came out and started talking about how, you know, he wanted to speak to Tony Khan about getting his guys on pay-per-view. And Tony flew him off because apparently he's too busy working with guys who are actually on pay-per-view. And Taz says, all right, here's my problem. Your main event is Jon Moxley taking on Eddie Kingston, who, where's he ranked? Who knows? Who cares? You have Cody taking on Sting up in the rafters, fucking Darby Allin.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yet, Brian Cage, what's his ranking?
Number 5.
Number fucking 1.
Oh, wait, no, that's right. He was 1. Sorry.
Number 1.
Number 1 ranked. Ricky Starks, he's 10-1. He's 10 wins, 1 loss, and he's not ranked. So Taz is basically saying, listen, your ranking system's bullshit. Your company's bullshit. We will be at the pay-per-view. Believe that.
Oh, you went a little old Roman Reigns on him, huh?
Yeah, believe that.
All right, Roman Taz Reigns.
Oh, Jesus. Is he the head of the table?
He big cutting heel promos.
You know what, though? It was a fantastic promo, and he's got a point. It works.
Oh, okay, but did he trash the ranking system when he was a commentator? Not
So-
No, that's his biggest problem.
I love Taz as commentator because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's trying to cut it right down the line, and then he also just kind of switches like Jekyll and Hyde. Whereas when Jericho's commentator, he is perfect, by the way. I cannot wait for him to retire and be a permanent commentator because he's the best, guys. I can't. They bring him out and say he's going to be there for the Dynamite. I go, yep, that's going to be a good Dynamite right there. Even though when they were trash.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can guarantee there wasn't a rocket buster of a match on AEW Dark.
Well, that's the thing. Now, that's the thing. I don't watch Dark for shit at all. But they could use... So I like that they use the ranking system 1 every 2 times, maybe 1 out of 3 times, depending on what's going on. Like I said, just recently, the last pay-per-view used the ranking system with MJF claiming he was number 1, he was undefeated. There you go. And then when they took the what was it? What's his fucking name? Murder Hawk.
Lance Archer.
Lance Archer. Lance Archer won the Royal Rumble. We're just going to call it the Royal Rumble. Fuck off. So he gets a special shot at it. Cool. And then now it's Eddie Kingston is the offhand, not from the ranking systems. But the good news is they can keep bringing the ranking system in to be relevant by stacking the shit out of those dark matches. You just said Brian Cage #1, and I heard you almost poop over there, Swerve, because you didn't know what happened. Because he's on.
The last time I checked, he didn't win any matches.
That motherfucker is eating ham and eggs weekly. Weekly.
That's why he's so big.
He's got a punch card at Denny's going, guess what? 7th time, let's go. So it's I like that they're using it. I like that they don't stick to it 100% because then it's too telegraphed. But at the same time, what was that?
He's also a champion.
Who? Cage?
Yeah.
I think they should just abandon the ranking system since they're not going to stick to it.
No, I like it. I think they should keep it. And I like the fact that they're doing it. It seems to me like, I bet you at 2021, they're going to reset the rankings. Because it seems like
WWE and their wild card, man. Just abandon it.
So, right. Here's my issue with the ranking system. If you're going to treat the ranking system like it's a sport, like a season, then yes, okay, reset it. But at the same time, don't keep bringing up guys like Rusev or Jack Hagar, and then having them compete in matches that they're not technically more qualified for than somebody else who's already competing.
But they're not. Rusev's not getting a world title shot. He's not getting any championship shot.
But
yeah, and Jake Hager just came off a UFC fight, I think, right?
But
yeah, he looked like fucking hell.
So when what's his face came up from WWE, what's his name? From the
Brody Lee.
He got a title shot like a month later.
That was definitely a ranking system one. He beat a bunch of people. He was definitely on the ranking one. That one. He also, I remember very clearly that he was right at the height of COVID when they didn't know what they were doing, so they kind of winged it.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that he should get a title shot based off of how many wins he has? Or let's say you and Drew are wrestlers in AEW. Drew's 9-3, you're 0-0. You get all of these ham and egger matches in a 2-month span. Now you've got 9 wins, and Drew still got 9 wins because he was banged up. You both are healthy. You don't think that the next match should be you two going against each other rather than you going against another ham and egger? And then because the standings say you have 10 wins, that you deserve a shot before him?
Well, here's the thing. And I feel like I just said the key phrase that No Chill Drew says. But you can do either in this scenario. They've done that where, okay, you guys are the top 3 ranking, have a 3-way match, they're going to the pay-per-view, or they're going to the next, 2 weeks from now. Or you could just throw it out the window for this week or 2 weeks or program. You have the ability to just kind of work it in and work it out. And I think if you keep a ranking system, it's too predictable. You watch it happen throughout as it's happening too fast. But if you ditch the ranking system completely, then, people don't care about wins and losses at all. And that's one of the key things that they wanted to just push. So, yeah, abuse Dark because no one's watching Dark. Abuse it. Every once in a while I'll tune in on Dark to see a match. I saw the Butcher and the Blade with the other Buffalo guys. And that's how Butcher and Blade can stay relevant. They show up every week eating ham and eggs, just like Brian Cage, just like some of these other guys. So they can use it in a way, where it's, you can go on off again. You have a personal match, you have a ranking match. And then, like you said, every once in a while they take those top ranking people and they do have them have a match. I know they did the tag team titles over the year. Is that they'd have like the top ranking guys have a match and then decide who's going to the next, moving on up.
But I hear you call the Butcher and the Blade relevant. I call it more employed.
Employed. They're on Dynamite next week, buddy. All right. the Butcher had a title shot. Another one of those personal bullshit ones. We all knew he wasn't walking away from that, but that was one of the Butcher's best matches I've seen him fight in.
Even a blind dog finds a bone every now and then.
Every once in a while. That's a good quote. Also, just so we're clear, if it was me versus Drew in the E, I'd win no problem. There's no doubt in my mind. Nothing. He wasn't ready for the smoke.
I wasn't. Next up, we have Young Bucks taking on Private Party. Now, this comes after a set of promos with Hangman and Kenny Omega, where they're gearing up for their match at Full Gear. They are the finals of the tournament to crown the number one contender. I think that's a surprise to absolutely nobody. Even Hangman Page said in his promo, you look at the tournament, you look at us on separate sides, and you go, okay, that's going to be the finals. I think Hangman cut a really good promo. I think that he cut the better of the two promos because he definitely put a lot more emotion in his, where he went from being confident to, pretty nervous and scared pretty quick. And you felt it, whereas Kenny Omega kind of did the typical Kenny Omega promo.
Well, that's the thing. Kenny Omega's been coming out with them reading all these accolades while he comes out to face two people who he wasn't even supposed to face. So that was a dead-on Kenny Omega promo because he wants you to know he is the tightest shit ever.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
We'll talk about that when we're doing the preview, right?
Yeah. That leads into this match, Young Bucks taking on Private Party. I say that because after the Young Bucks got the win, FTR came out again to beat down the Young Bucks. They put the chair around, I believe it's Matt Jackson's ankle again.
Yep.
And we're ready to try and break it again. This time, Hangman Page came out to make the save. Didn't spill a drop of drink.
Very impressive.
Kenny Omega followed suit. And then you could definitely, all of a sudden, they start staring each other down, getting ready for their match. So it's tense, but at the same time, they're still coming to the aid of their friends.
Yeah.
I like the build-up of this match. I don't know how you feel about it.
Which match?
The singles match, Hangman versus Page.
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited for that. Well, I'm holding what I want to talk about with that one for the preview because they didn't really have much to do in this show. But it was nice to see them come out to the aid of their friends after all this buildup of them not being friends anymore. And even for a brief second, you see Kenny Omega and Adam Page, do a quick fist bump, but then they start doing the stare down. And I think they hung on it just a little too long because nothing was happening as they were just kind of jaw-jacking for a little bit.
Well, yeah, because Hangman turned Omega around and was like, don't you turn your back on me.
Yeah, and I like that stuff. I think they were doing a really good job of building that up. So I'm really looking forward to that match. One thing about
the question.
Yep.
Was it a big fight feel?
Yeah, I felt it. I feel it, man. I'm really looking. This is definitely one of my top matches that I'm looking forward to on Full Gear. At least they didn't have a weigh-in, though. I'm done with that.
Or contract signing.
Oh, Jesus, you're right. Now, let's talk about the Bucks. First off, how did you feel about the match, Drew?
It was okay, but you knew. You knew the Private Party was not going to win. And plus, they also included the Sammy thing. I feel that's the only reason that Private Party were even in this match, was to kind of put Sammy in it. Other than that, it's like, which tag team do we want to feed to the Young Bucks?
Yeah. Even though Matt is apparently injured from his ankle being busted up in the leg, one thing I do like is that every single time Private Party faces the Bucks, which is like 4 or 5 times over the year now, they always bring up that stat from a year ago when they beat them in the first tag team title tournament they upsetted everyone. It's been a year. It's been a year. Fucking stop. All right, guys?
Hey, David is still telling people he eliminated The Undertaker.
Yeah.
He is.
To anyone who will listen, please. So, one thing I didn't care about this match. I did like that Sammy came out after Matt slapped him around earlier, and you saw it coming. As soon as you saw Matt come out of the tunnel, you're like, "Oh, he's gonna get his ass kicked." Also, the Bucks brought up a stipulation last week that you guys we haven't gone over here. They are pulling the Cody card. They are saying that if they go into Full Gear and they do not win the titles, they will never challenge for the titles again.
So does this mean we're getting a TNT tag titles as well?
That's the first. What's the next? A dark tag team title? You know, I don't know. I'm excited because I like when because it could go either way. Obviously, we'll talk about it a little bit more later on. But like adding that stipulation, okay, and seeing that Cody actually he came out and said during a press junket today that no, I'm serious. I'm never going to use a loophole. I'm not going to go as a different name. I'm not challenging for that title. So you almost see, oh, maybe you don't want to just keep booking yourself. And then the Pyro hits, and you're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, and then the TNT Championship is the main event, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. But, yeah, Bucks versus Private Party, pretty standard. FTR, we'll talk about them later when we're doing the preview.
You mean the most entertaining tag team of all time?
I can't fucking stand them at all. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
I don't know if this is a good or bad thing about the Bucks, but you know how sometimes you can look at a tag team and tell who's going to be the standout?
Yeah.
I can't tell from looking at these guys.
But that's the thing. I don't think that they plan on ever having that happen. They're both, like, they're not old, but they're not young either. And I think that they are, like, the Road Warriors, very content on just being a tag team.
Oh, no, I thought Hawk was going, you know.
Hawk was supposed to be the standout, but Hawk couldn't stay out of the bars.
Yeah, or the drugs. Nick's had a couple singles matches. Like it's one of those things where you think you program your head to think, oh, they're a tag team, and then all of a sudden you see they're doing a singles match. You're like, oh shit.
Like with Best Friends, you could definitely tell Barrett is the standout.
Oh yeah. Hands down.
Next thing that we had was the face-to-face. John Moxley and Eddie Kingston face-to-face. If they touch each other, the match is off.
Boss.
If John Moxley... What's that?
He said pause.
If John Moxley attacks Eddie Kingston, he forfeits his belt. If Eddie Kingston attacks Moxley, he forfeits his title shot. They're out here. I don't know about you. I fucking love this.
Yo, chef kiss on this promo. Mwah! It was fucking solid.
Yeah, we're bringing up Eddie Kingston's mom, that they're talking about how, John Moxley made her a promise. I'm going to look after your son. I'm going to look after him. When he comes to the States, I'm going to look after him. I'm going to make sure that I take him under my wing. And then what do? The one guy that I thought would never turn his back on me, never stab me in the back. And it's you, and you broke my heart, and you broke your promise to your mom.
Yep. And Eddie says, he starts off the promo by saying, I had to sell out to survive. And when I win that title, I'm going to take that to my mom and say, this is why you don't have a grandson. This is why I spent all that time, because this means the world to me. This shit was fire.
I heard that, and I actually love that. I'm going to use that on my mom when I get to
You can bring the Xbox Series X. Mom, this is why you don't have a grandkid. This is why you don't have a daughter-in-law. This means so much to me, Mom.
So, the promo was solid, and I'm really looking forward to their fight on Saturday. I got to ask your feelings about this, Drew. They act as if, oh, Eddie keeps saying this is I've waited 18 years for this. No, you haven't. You have had a title shot 5 weeks ago when you were put to sleep. against Moxley. And again, this is one of those matches where they had to shuffle it in because Lance Archer came in contact with someone with COVID, so they needed to put him on the shelf for 2 weeks. So they shoved Eddie Kingston in here. And first off, I love their original match, but don't act like it didn't just fucking happen. Don't act like this isn't a repeat. And I understand that they're still experimenting, and I'm sure what had happened is that they put these two together, saw that it was fucking solid, and said, we should make that the main storyline. But you just did it. If you're going to give me a rematch, don't pretend it didn't happen. Don't act like that didn't happen in the ring. You know, I was there. I watched it. Well, what do you feel about that?
From what I heard, this match is not because Lance Archer came in contact with somebody, because he had his title match. Scorpio Sky was supposed to be the guy in this.
When Lance Archer had his title match, it got pushed back 2 weeks.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, so the original, like 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, when Eddie Kingston fought him on Dynamite for the match, and Moxley put him to sleep, or according to Eddie Kingston, I wasn't asleep, but the ref called it. I did not know that about Scorpio Sky, though. What did he come in contact with someone with the Rona?
Yeah, he came in contact with somebody because I guess he was supposed to headline this week's Dynamite. But he wasn't.
That would explain the shitty end that we had. But yeah, okay.
So with that, I think when he says I've been waiting 18 years for this, I think he means to actually win the belt, not just get a title shot.
Yeah. But even JR was acting like, oh, well, this is the first time he's going to get a title shot. It's like, JR, you called the match 5 weeks ago.
I think that's just legitimately him just being too fucking old.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just feel like I know a lot of it is they're kind of getting their ground. They're still getting their footing here. It's been a year. They're still new. They're still fresh. And when they see something that they're like, we can work with that, they're going to work with it. But, I mean, you know, let's not pretend that you didn't just do this, you know. And I'm glad that they're at least putting all the work into the promos and everything like that and turning it into a quit match. Okay, you're giving me a little bit of something else. That's good to work with. But if it's
that new card,
what was that?
You still playing that new card? In the customer service days, you a veteran now.
Listen, man, it's just you gotta give me a little bit less. Little bit less on the nose, you know?
It's not like they all new to wrestling. Half of them are WWE anyway.
I know, but I like to think of it, you know, I didn't watch them on WWE. I'm watching them now in AEW. I put myself in the position of someone who is brand new, walking in AEW, and doesn't know what they're talking about. So whenever they're talking about all their days in Japan, I literally go, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You know who would, though? Abby,
every time. He keeps telling me to watch, and I'm like, Abby, you're lucky I have time to watch Dynamite every week.
Yeah, Abby's got a lot of time on his hands.
I used to have a New Japan streaming service. It just, you know, I had so many streaming services, I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
I'm too deep in.
But the next thing that we had, we take a drive to Denny's.
Did you see Denny's has a new special out?
No. There's one thing. I'm going to pull you back from the Denny's. We're going to pull you back from the Denny's.
Okay.
There was a video package. There was a promo. Someone broke their silence.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Who?
Swervy's favorite wrestler.
Oh, shit.
Number 6 in the rankings. Let's go.
Pac broke his silence by sending over a video promo package where he was watching the TV and essentially going insane.
Silence, baby. Well, yo.
He's watching the TV, and he's seeing where Eddie Kingston literally got the Lucha Brothers, which, if you remember, before the quarantine, they had formed the tag team with Pac as Death Triangle, and then Pac was fucking sent to England and told never to come back because of Rona.
What is this?
And then after he's watching the TV, and Eddie Kingston points out, he goes, "Hey, where's your British friend? Where's your British friend? He ain't here right now." So you can see that Pac is just sitting there watching TV. And then as the video package goes on, there's more Pacs just like fighting the air and doing squats and just yelling at the camera. I don't. Is this just to pretend to remind you that Pac is a thing, or is he coming back at the pay-per-view?
I don't know if he's coming back because that's up to, travel restrictions.
Yeah,
But I think
England.
that's just like hey, Pac's still alive.
We didn't fire him like those other Japanese wrestlers that we had to let go. Pac's still there.
I don't know why they haven't been doing promos for him. I mean, you could at least do those over the air, you know?
Just a fucking Zoom call.
All right, so that basic question with back now. Well, I don't know if he's gonna be wrestling, but pretty soon. Is he gonna get moved up on the ladder on the rankings list, or how are we doing this?
Honestly, they can put him wherever they want, probably. I mean, depends. Like, he could easily be someone that you could throw in at the beginning of the year to get an easy couple of wins, and now he's at the top of the ladder because we reset the rankings, Not sure, honestly. I couldn't tell you. I like watching Pac when he wrestles. I think he does a pretty good job for the most part. He's a little jacked dude. Like, he does good work for the most part. But at the same time, I forgot he was here.
So, after that, we are going to Denny's. Let me ask you something. What's your favorite special at Denny's?
Well, it might be the new one, Drew. Might be the new one. 2 pancakes, a choice of meat, preferably some ham, and then a side of those unborn chickens. That's right, ham and eggs.
But do you know what they call that plate?
What do they call it?
Moon over my tranny.
Good.
Because we got Nyla Rose.
I'm fucking leaving.
Right
I'm fucking leaving the call. That's it.
Oh, God.
He wrote that.
Drew.
Yeah, you wrote that one, Doc.
I did not write that one. That one I just
Everybody gets buried.
Drew, listen, this is Mike talking to you now. Drew, you gotta relax.
This is the reason we got 48 subscribers and not the 60 we had.
It's gonna look like the outside of the courthouse in LA where OJ was on trial. Wherever these people are listening, wherever they figure out where we broadcast from, or what city we're in, they're gonna be broadcasting and protesting us, bro.
And Drew
creates cash.
Drew, just so we're clear, I'm not even part of the main stable of No Pyro, but I'm sure I speak with Mac and Swerve. We will throw you to the wolves immediately.
Yes, he is correct. I will it's the Conan to our NWO.
So, a couple more jokes like that, and we can expect No Chill Hector.
No chill after dark. I mean, I don't even know if that's after dark. That might be no chill Drew. Ooh.
So Nyla Rose versus Red Velvet.
Talking about who the hell is Red Velvet?
That's the ham and eggs.
That's the ham and eggs. See, she's been doing work on Dark, obviously. She actually had entrance music before they cut to the commercial, and she came out with Brandy. And Brandy has apparently been coaching her because she's got nothing else to fucking do, I guess.
Oh, my God. You know you're in trouble when Brandy's your coach.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Calls her the chief bullshit officer.
Yeah. Yeah, Vicky Guerrero spouted some shit right there, and there was some good stuff there. Nyla Rose versus Red Velvet. How did you like the ham and egger match? Because I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was okay. I guess she's getting another shot at the women's championship.
Yeah, so Nyla pounded that ass. Pause. Not even a pause. Went down for the pin, and you know what? I'm a sucker for the let the ref count 2, and then the heel picks up the shoulders because they ain't done with you yet. I'm a
LB,
sucker
baby.
for that. What was that?
Gotta hit LB.
You got it, man. She literally grabbed her hair and yanked her up, and even the ref's like, what the fuck? And then she proceeded to use Hikaru Shida's finisher, the knee to the face, and then finished it. Because Shida was on the sidelines watching, of course. I liked it. I thought it was a solid use of a ham and egger to remind you that Nyla Rose is here. It's one of those enhancement matches for sure. Before it's go home match for sure.
You know, every time I do this podcast with y'all, I really be kind of wanting, ham and eggs and Denny's and all that kind of stuff.
Right. We're doing it one of these days for sure. Got that Great American Slam calling my name right now.
3 guys saying, let's get ham and eggs. Go Buddha. It was quicker than you could order it.
And then the main event.
Tell it to him, Drew.
Fucking call it that. What's that?
I said tell it to him, Drew.
So this is probably one of the worst put together main events I'd seen on Dynamite. We have the Dark Order consisting of Colt Cabana, John Silver, and 10 taking on Cody, Billy Gunn, and his son Austin Gunn.
Hold on. Let me scrape some of that eggs off that plate so I can put some new ones on here.
Let's get some more eggs on that, yeah. Austin fucking Gunn.
Billy Gunn headlining a go-home show.
It's Billy and Austin Gunn. He can't be called Billy Gunn.
Oh, that didn't stop him from doing it anyways.
It was like the Cody and Brandy thing, how it was.
Actually, we'll be talking about that later.
Okay, so Cody and the Gun Club get the win. And then, by the way, that's their tag team name, the Gun Club.
So Austin is his son's name?
Yep.
Okay.
Austin got the pin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Named them B. Like, Bart, Billy.
More than I can say for Dominic, huh?
Or are you accusing AEW of double booking? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, it seems like it. You got a son, I got a son too. Let's do it.
So after this, Cody gets on the microphone and talks to Darby Allin, he's gonna be facing at the pay-per-view. And
Who's up in the rafters?
Yeah, he's up in the rafters like 1996 Sting.
They've been doing that for 4 weeks. The camera would cut to him all by himself in the in the nosebleeds, and he's just sitting there looking broody, like, oh man, no one will understand me and my My Chemical Romance.
They did the same thing for Matt Hardy, didn't they?
No, the difference is he showed up and then he teleported. Get it right.
That is right.
Yeah, this is a sports program. It's not all cheesy entertainment. It's a sports program.
Okay.
So
here's a warning. Leave Helena alone, okay? Because I heard you.
Who's Helena? What?
He's talking about My Chemical Romance.
Right.
All right?
That's not... You know what, Mac? I'm not going to lie to you. Didn't think that poll would get you, buddy.
Oh, I'm here. So what, 2005?
So after this, Cody addresses what's his face, Darby Allin, and says, "Oh, Darby Allin, you're talking about how I don't want you as a TV champ, how TNT doesn't want you as a TV champ. Truth is, we do want you. In fact, I would want you to be champ if the conditions were different. I'm the one who campaigned to hire you in the first place. I think that you could be the ace, but you're not. I am, yada, yada, yada. So basically just made a big circle where it's like, I want you to be champion. You're not going to be the champion. And that's how they go off the air. Meanwhile, Raven, Sting, and Helena are all together up in the rafters staring them down.
I like the promo.
Why do you think it was dumb, Drew?
What's that?
Why do you think it was dumb?
First off, the match. The match was not good at all.
Oh, the match is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, the match was garbo. I didn't like the fact that Cody was like, hey, I know that you are complaining that we don't think that you're the guy. We do think you're the guy. The problem is, you're not the guy, I'm the guy. And it's like, bro, pick one. Like, is he the guy or is he not? Like, you just said, oh, no, you are the guy. We think that you can be the guy, but you're not the guy. I am. It's like...
Is he still wearing Daisy Dukes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. And it's got to be cold up there in the rafters when he's doing that.
Well, that's why he has the leggings.
I didn't mind it. I thought him kind of saying, like, listen, I got you hired. I think, whether you think you could be the face of TNT, I know you can, but you have to beat me still. It almost makes me feel like there might be a chance of Darby getting that title on Saturday.
Almost.
That being said, I'm actually surprised. I'm almost positive that is legally, we are not legally able to talk about Cody on this podcast because the amount of pyro that motherfucker shoots off is absurd. And this being the No Pyro podcast, like, he might as well be redacted.
Hey, we want all of our talent to have pyro. That's our thing. Oh, hey, Cody, can I have some pyro? No, it's just for me.
Well, no, he lets a couple people get pyro. He just uses all of the rest.
Well, he wants to have these big, grandioso, Stephanie McMahon like entrances on non-WrestleMania type shows. So,
Pyro's cheap down in Jacksonville, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Let me just say, Brandy's nice to look at, but she's so irrelevant. I don't even care about her.
God, she fucking cares. She's a fart in the wind, man. I think she's super nice to look at, but when she comes out near the ring, I go, oh, time to turn the channel.
She is what Stephanie digs out of her ass after she has a milkshake. That's what she wants to be Steph so bad. And it's like, just be you,
Which is funny because she's way better looking than Stephanie McMahon.
Exactly. You don't have to
kill the Nightmare Collective.
No, you shut your goddamn mouth over there, Swerve. We don't talk about the Nightmare Collective. Should have bought one of those when I had the chance.
All right, so that was Dynamite. If I'm correct, I am. Do you think, Drew, that the match was shit because they are giving more credence to go-home shows?
Well, he said that this was a cobbled together piece of shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Scorpio Sky was supposed to be part of it. So I'm assuming it was supposed to be Cody and SCU. But because he came into contact with somebody with COVID, the Gun Club were put in that spot.
Fucking joke. Every time he says Gun Club, I just die a little bit more inside.
All right. So we can go ahead and get to some WWE, and then we'll get to Full Gear preview after that.
Gotta get some dirt in there too.
Some dirt. Our dirt is enjoyable. Like, when you were like 6 years old and you had to make the worms dessert, and you had to use a crumbled up chocolate cake, and it, had to pretend that it was dirt.
Gobbled that shit up. Gobbled it up.
Gobbled it up. Pause. So let's go to SmackDown real quick. Roman Reigns has got his bloodline all on, and Daniel Bryan, who I think is, I don't know, stratas above Jey Uso, got his ass kicked single-handedly by Jey Uso in the ring as Roman Reigns initially watched and then hopped in. Gentlemen, if you were wrestlers, would you want Jey Uso as your muscle even though you're the muscle on your team.
So here's my biggest problem with that whole scenario. It became so convoluted. Where earlier in the night, Roman's like, "Oh, you're gonna bow to me," and Jay's like, "No, I'm not." And then literally that same night, he's doing bitch boy errands for Roman.
Yep.
Like,
Hey, look at these knees. They bend really easily, turns out.
You can't really look at it like he's the muscle. You just have to look at it as if he's, the errand boy or the foot soldier. Because
He's
that
an
was
attack dog, man. That's what it is.
But I feel like Roman was looking at Jay like, yo, go handle my light work. And I was
He
like,
literally, listen, Roman looked at Jay like he said, sick 'em, boy. And that's how I look at it. I thought he did a great job with that, by the way. The way that Roman carries this shit, I think it's fantastic.
That's good. Now, the thing that is probably going to not work out so well because Daniel Bryan's the perfect person to get that off on, even though he's he's been a champion and everything. But if they were to try, if he was to try to pull this on like somebody like a Strowman, like he's like, yeah, get out here and handle my light work. It's not going to work out like that.
And Strowman is serious leg work. Like, yeah, go take care of the light work.
I don't know because like, didn't Strowman just like get like punked out by Retribution? Like, I mean, he might be light work.
Yeah, but they're not going to allow Jey Uso, I don't care what storyline he's in, to beat Braun Strowman one-on-one without any help. Like,
But what about Jay and Jimmy, like attack dogs?
Well, I don't know what the story is with the injured Uso, but if he's going to be coming back soon, I mean, I'm sure that's the plan to have them both. But he's going to need somebody else if he's not coming back anytime soon.
I mean, we all watch.
Rikishi.
We've all.
He's a bad man.
Well, listen, Drew. We all watched Batman. We all watched, comic movies where there was a henchman and he had goons, or a leader, he had goons. Roman has Jay and Jimmy. Those are the goons. They're the first ones to go. They're not really ordered to move furniture with anybody, especially anybody bigger than a Daniel Bryan. Because any of Roman's adversaries, they're not going to be bigger than Daniel Bryan. Or, excuse me, they are going to be bigger than Daniel Bryan. So I don't know if Handle My Light Work is going to work with a Braun Strowman or a Seth Rollins. Or
Wait, did he say those words, or are you just saying that?
But no, he gave the look like, yo, you want to be down, you know what you got to do. Don't beat him up.
I saw that video. I thought it was fucking fantastic. Just the contempt in his eyes when he looked over barely like Daniel Bryant with some shit on his shoe, and he asked Jey Uso to clean it off.
Yeah, I just want him to do it when it's Goldberg across the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Goldberg's across the ring, bro. They're not getting one hit on Goldberg. And if you're telling me right now, I'm watching Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, because he's going to turn too, eventually jump Goldberg. You know when you watch wrestling when it's like the blood's coming, they switch from the Technicolor to just the gray and black. Because when they switch from that, I can't believe the Usos are going to beat Goldberg like that. I just can't.
They're not going to pin him, but they're going to beat him down. They're going to get some offense before he destroys him.
I can't believe it. I'm sorry.
But you're going to have to.
Well, it's because AOP, the whole AOP storyline didn't work out because that would have been easier to believe.
Right, but I feel like Jimmy and Jay are like J&J security. So,
how do you guys feel, by the way, about accurately predicting the AOP henchman storyline, but being slightly off because AOP was there with Seth, and now Roman's got his, I guess my cousins can be that. How do you feel about predicting that? Almost on the money.
Well, I was always the one that was saying it should be Roman and the Usos.
I mean,
just got one hurt.
If the WWE wanted to be true in their own nature and be racist, they could have had AOP come back and just say they were related to Roman in some form or fashion.
You
And,
know Vince said that. You know it. Oh, you're all looking like that, right? You know, just get one of those tribal tattoos.
yeah, yeah, sure, yeah. You know, Vince would have said it's believable. Now, then, for storyline purposes, then it would have made sense. But I thought if you were going to make Seth the full heel after the Monday Night Messiah bit, then that's the route you should have gone. But I'm kind of glad that they saved it and used it for Roman. I just think if Roman's building a stable of people who need to bow down to him, there needs to be just a little bit more height and muscle in his stable. But just not bigger than him.
I do want to pose a question to you guys, especially the guys who are against uh, people of the same side of the fence battling each other. How do you feel about Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns, both being heels?
Where? Oh, at Survivor.
Yeah.
It'll open the pay per view up.
You think it'll open the pay-per-view
Yeah.
up?
You're two champions.
Yep.
Nah.
It won't make.
That's your ordering pizza match, huh? Is that what you're saying?
It'll be 27 minutes. It'll be back and forth, slow paced. Cause what the hell is the match for anyway? There's no inter promotional branding feud that they have. I mean, at this point, you're looking at this match like they were wrestling in Saudi. It's just give me. That's what this is to me.
Easy. I don't want to invoke Saudi again. We've gone so long without one, all right?
Swerve, you think this is going to main event Survivor Series? Or what?
Well, like I said, it's your two main champions that really don't have a choice not to. What do you have on that could be on the card that's better?
Tucker versus Otis.
Okay. What else?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Survivor Series match. And the men's side, I guess.
Those things don't really main event anymore.
What is the best feud right now going in wrestling? That's
Bailey and Sasha still.
So that'll main event Survivor Series then.
No, I still think it'll be the other one, but
I don't see it.
I think, Mac, if you shit on your two champions that hard, it's a little ridiculous. Like, you can't. The only thing that I think that could go over both champions being the headliner would be an Undertaker match. And that's it.
There'll be an appearance.
Yeah.
I don't think based on how they love to put their A guys in the early spots with match placement, I don't think that's considered shitting on them. Based on where they put guys at before.
Well, think about it like this. What do you have to look forward to in Survivor Series as far as matches go when none of those Survivor Series, I'll say traditional Survivor Series have anything on the line? Those could be pre-shows as far as I'm concerned. You at least want to see whose champion is better, right?
Well, right now the match is for nothing. But give me 2 weeks to build up, and then we'll see where I'm at. But I tell you this much: Jimmy and Jey Uso ain't about to be beating up Randy Orton.
It's more believable if they did. It's a little bit more believable if they could beat up on him. But I don't think it's gonna happen either, just because of the dynamic of the two wrestlers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Force one of them to change.
Survivor Series nowadays is mainly just like a super show. It's hey, these guys you normally see face each other, so now they are.
I don't even know what the card looks like right now.
I just can't stand the way they do that nowadays, because you cannot just give me a quote-unquote interpromotional match without any build-up, and you just split these people up like 2 months ago. They just switched shows. Maybe not even 2 months ago. So it's like they're still fresh. Why are they going to care about what brand they're on? Like when I just got there.
Well, okay. So you want to get into it? Let's get into it. So they've got some matches up now. So they've got Roman and Taker. I mean Roman and Orton. It's Asuka versus Sasha Banks, non-title match. Every match is non-title.
Right.
I don't know. Lashley against Zayn.
That might be the sleeper of the night.
Unless they have.
I'm sure Asuka versus Sasha will be a good match, but at least, actually, you know what? That's weird too because both of them right now are faces.
And here's the Survivor match:
So they're gonna.
AJ, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and TBD versus Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, and 3 TBD members.
I heard Braun Strowman and TBD. I'm hoping Nicholas is coming back.
Oh Lord. So I don't know. I mean, look at this. This card sucks. It's awful. I'm not watching this. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's Orton versus Reigns. I guess this Survivor Series match or card. I mean, there's a couple on here. Maybe you could be saying, "All right, guys, give them match of the year type shows." That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, I was watching a little bit of Raw, and you know how Tucker became a bad guy. He turned on Otis. They gave him a new intro, and usually you can tell a lot about their push from their intro, and maybe we're going to see something from him at Survivor Series. Did you happen to see his entrance, his new entrance?
I did not.
All right, so let me explain this to you. This elaborate fucking entrance, all right? So the arena just darkens. And then on the Jumbotron, they
Undertaker?
show... What's that?
Undertaker?
No, close. So they show like this farm, and it's like a pig farm. And then it just cuts through one of the pigs and just cuts through them. And then they crack an egg. And they serve you a plate of ham and eggs on his Titantron.
He
This guy
got me.
went heel and got the jobber entrance. And
He got me, guys. I don't know about you, but I fell for it just like you guys do every week, man. I was in. I did not
great
see.
stuff.
I did not see ham and egg. I didn't see it coming, guys.
So yeah, he turned heel only to get a jobber entrance, get squashed by Ricochet, and then have Retribution come out and beat down Ricochet.
Jesus.
You know, when we get famous, somebody somewhere is going to do a compilation of all Drew's ham and egg stories.
I hope so. Oh man.
They're very impressive. You've got me a few times.
In 3 or 4 shows, we could be sponsored by Denny's.
Or I
don't know, maybe that moons over my redacted line might not get us anything, so we'll see.
Hey, that line will get us sponsored by Waffle House.
Oh my God, Drew. I got some breaking news, guys. It has nothing to do with wrestling, but this is coming from IGN. IGN Italy received confirmation from Sony Europe that the PS5 won't support 1440p.
That broke like a couple hours ago.
I said 26 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
That's breaking news like you're cleaning up glass.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. But going back to the matter at hand, that card stinks, and I'm not gonna watch.
That's how every Survivor Series has been, dude. It's disappointing. I can't remember the last Survivor Series that was watchable.
Oh, yes,
Maybe
you can.
2002?
No, it was 2016. You was hyped for the return of Goldberg and Brock Lesnar before you knew it was a squash. Don't do that.
nobody was.
No.
I do want to talk about something about Survivor Series though that I may be an earshot of. I'm not gonna watch, but I'm gonna keep my ears peeled, keep my eyes on the Twitter streets. They're celebrating the 30th year of Undertaker. I've recently been hearing a name that we normally hear around November, December, January, February, and I'm starting to see their name and their face in these Twitter streets. I'm gonna ask you guys, just let me know if I'm crazy or not. But
You're
Undertaker,
crazy.
do you see him and Brock Lesnar tying it up soon? How do we feel about that?
I doubt it.
Sounds like a repeat.
I saw Brock pictured. He's got a beard. Paul Heyman saw Brock saying, "Listen, any amount of money, and if it's right, it's right. He'll be back." I don't know.
Why would you even want to speak that into existence?
I brought this up a week ago. It's been spoken.
Yeah, yeah, you keep doing it. It's just you.
Well, hey, man, I know what Vince likes, man. He likes that money. Just to get him that money. Right.
I hope that will happen. I will tell you that no matter what, if it does happen, I will be disappointed.
I don't think Brock Undertaker is going to bring Vince any more money. Not at this point.
And also, Swerve is not. It's not for a championship, so you ain't mad.
Well, no, but I will be mad if they fight 100 times. Because there's no point.
I feel you. I feel you. But yeah, that's what it's looking like.
The only thing that can make it worse is if it would be cinematic.
And that's coming too.
Ugh.
Trust me.
I'm so tired of these straight to DVD, poorly filmed cinematic matches.
It's the way to keep the Undertaker lore alive. You don't get the physical stress. You still get the music. You still get the aura. You still get, a dead man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but they gonna be treating the Undertaker like Tupac. Long after he's dead, he's gonna just resurface with matches you never even knew that he did with other they recorded but they never shown, and they just gonna start doing that every WrestleMania. He gonna have a new opponent. Like when did when did Undertaker go 1-on-1 with Chris Masters?
No, they're gonna take it one step further and actually Ricochet versus hologram Undertaker.
No, I got one better for you. The Undertaker, this whole 30-year thing at Survivor Series is for him to end his match facing the guy that eliminated him at a Royal Rumble. Maven.
Maven?
There it is. Is it Maven coming back?
No, he just did that show, The Bump.
He was on the bump, but I don't know if he's gonna be in action. I mean, he's looking a little thick in the face, so I don't know.
He did a bump.
The
Oh,
show
No, the
called
show's
Bump.
called The Bump.
The bump. Oh, okay. I thought you said he did some bump.
If he did do a bump, he'd be ready to wrestle though. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, never mind. What was you in there talking about? Anything noteworthy?
Oh,
Probably him eliminating The Undertaker. That's all he talks about nowadays.
Yeah, Survivor Series, I don't know. I mean, we'll preview you because that's our job, but good luck. Anything else that we have to bring up from Raw or SmackDown or WWE related?
I didn't see anything that needed to be brought up from that.
Lana went to a table, I think, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's something I wanted to bring up. Thank you so much, Ua. Thank you. So Lana went through a table again, and this is 7 in a row. I'm having a hard time believing that this wasn't planned all along for her to basically meet with the table at the end of the Yellow Brick Road. This is going to pay off for Lana. I just don't know when. She's going to get
the lights on.
She's going to get some lucky coins at the end of this. I think they told her, "Hey, let's make it appear as if we're just doing this to you because your husband left, and we'll torture you for 2 months, but maybe you'll end up winning, I don't know, Royal Rumble, or you'll have a little match for a SmackDown or a Raw Women's Championship." That's just my thought. Because why are they continuing to do this?
Can I interject on this one, Mac?
Sure.
Mac, let me ask you this. Do you know what the pay-per-view is in December?
I don't. Oh, wait, I do know.
And what is it?
There's going to be some ladders.
Some chairs.
And some tables.
There you go. There's your payoff. And she's going through the tables so often, she now works her way into a TLC match.
She will now become the table.
Okay, easy. Botchamania is going to call us up now.
So,
hey, here's a question I never thought I would ask. Where the hell is Charlotte? Did she pop another flotation device?
She did. She had surgery to fix one.
Again, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Said she could be out to up to a year.
Who fucking did her titties? Dr. Nick from The Simpsons?
She let Andrade do them.
I got a guy cheap. Come across this border with me.
Canada guy Joey Numbers down by the docks did them.
She had to do her titties cheap because they don't cover health insurance or anything like that, so might as well, right?
Jesus.
I thought you were joking. That's the worst part. I'm like, oh yeah, he's talking about that when that happened, 2 years ago? Oh, wait.
That's real interesting that you bring that up, though. Seriously, Jeff. Because now I'm just thinking, will there be a title involved? And if there is a title involved, it's going to be for Asuka's championship. Because they're going
Who's the other women's champion? Is it Asuka and Sasha, right?
Yeah. They're going to give a payoff for this.
And get this, so far she still has it.
We're talking about Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, she made it a week and a half?
All she got to do is defend it once, and the curse will be broken.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Which she may have done. I don't know if she fought Bailey already, because that's what's happened on SmackDown.
All right. Well,
I don't know where we are anymore.
You could probably wrap this whole month up in WWE terms, because they're mailing towards WrestleMania season. So, TLC and then Royal Rumble. So, this is probably more of a AEW-esque podcast the next few weeks.
I mean, shit, if WWE's writing off the rest of the year, I can too, so.
Well, I should the rest of the month. I think TLC will be important. I think the last pay-per-view that they had was the start of the new season. So they made their adjustments. They started planting the very little seeds that are going to be needing to help build the WrestleMania up. So a lot of predictions, a lot of fancy booking coming up, because this is the time of year to do it.
I can't wait for Dominic's WrestleMania moment, guys. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, him and Seth, they're still doing stuff with that?
Oh, that's the second hottest thing on SmackDown, man. First is Roman, and then that's that stupid storyline between her and the daughter and the son. I mean, the daughter and son and Ray.
Kill me now. I would rather see Seth against Buddy Murphy.
Huh?
I'd rather see Seth against Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy is the most underutilized wrestler in the company.
That's probably where it's gonna go at some point because Buddy Murphy is on the the face side of things right now, from what I can tell.
Unless Dominic kicks him in the balls or something and decides to team up with Seth. I don't know.
You're still hoping for Dominic to beat the shit out of his poppy, and I don't think it's happening anymore, Mac. I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lick of this story angle, so I'm just shooting. Brew, did you bring your shovel?
I did.
You did. Oh, you brought your shovel today.
Yo,
What?
I got my shovel.
You got two?
Yeah, I got a couple things.
Oh, well, I don't have any shovels with me, so I guess Uwap and No Chill they just want to get dirty.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Okay, I guess I'll start it off. So WWE has an order on Twitches and Cameos where they own the content, and wrestlers are only getting a small cut towards their guarantees. But it looks like one wrestler may have found a loophole in this system. And that is that WWE specifically named Twitch, Cameo, TikTok, and Instagram. But a website they did not mention is OnlyFans.
Hey,
Yo, that one crept up on me. I'm excited. Who found the loophole, Drew?
That would be.
Can we
Any
guess? Can we
guesses?
guess? Yes. Was it a woman?
It is.
Ah,
that makes it really easy now.
Would be paid, but I don't know. I'm going to say Dana Brooke.
Okay. Any other guesses?
I wanna say. Oh shit. Oh, who's that? Mandy Rose. I'm gonna say Mandy Rose. Final answer.
Nah, she's selling donuts. She don't need to do it. It's either Paige or Eva Marie.
Oh damn.
So I'm going to say all three of you are incorrect. The answer is Zelina Vega.
Oh,
I didn't see that one coming.
all right.
So for $30 a month, you can get non-nude content.
Whoa.
Basically her cosplay stuff.
That's trash.
I know, right?
Okay, let me get my emotions out on this one. You said Selena Vega, and I thought to myself, time to simp king it up a little bit. But then you said $30 a month, and I go, oh, pull back. And then I heard you say she at least said early on non-nude content, and I'm already exited out of that window.
Yeah, is her Instagram blocked or something? Because I'll just go there for that.
The whole thing is that they don't get the money from it anymore. So she's putting all of her stuff that she would normally put on Instagram on her OnlyFans.
I didn't know that Vince claimed Instagram money too. This is some evil business shit that he is pulling with this.
Yeah.
I
guess former presidential candidate Andrew Yang stated that he's talked to a few wrestlers who voiced their complaints, and he's actually trying to get an injunction against WWE to basically, classify your wrestlers as employees and give them their benefits, or let them get their money from their other ventures if they're just contracted professionals.
Yeah,
And
you're
that's
sitting there.
simply-
Sorry, you're sitting there treating your fucking people like indentured servants at this rate. Like, it's getting a little fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, they desperately want their cake and to eat it too, but they don't want, to give their wrestlers anything. And actually, this isn't really dirt. This is an add-on to that, a few wrestlers like Chris Jericho and I forgot which female wrestler had just left the company. But they're talking about all the expenses that they had to pay. And it's like WWE, they give you your plane ticket and say, hey, here's a town you're in. What they don't pay for is they don't pay for your transportation, so your rental car. They don't pay for your room and board. They don't pay really anything as far as food expenses, anything for travel outside of just the plane ticket itself. So if you're traveling 300 days a year, you are literally on your own. Whereas AEW has a team bus that picks you up from the airport and takes you all together to whatever venue you're going to, and keeps everyone together, pays for the hotel, pays for everything. And they really are not paying for anything out of pocket.
That's absurd. Austin Creed's about to be jumping on that shit on OnlyFans. Fucking Xavier Woods about to be jumping there, see what he
I've
can
seen
do.
it.
So Drew's out. I meant for up, down content, but all right. Wait a minute.
You said you had something?
Yeah, I got two things actually. So first one. So let's pull out that shovel here. This one's legal. We're talking trademarks here. You know how trademarks are going. Certain trademark has expired, and as of yesterday, according to some sources online, and according to a certain person's sign-off that apparently was on the super legal download of Dynamite that I found, he spoke to the crowd, said it was between them and him, saying that now he gets to go by Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, WWE gave up the copyright. However, Cody has confirmed he's not going to be wrestling under the name Cody Rhodes, but he has worked out an agreement with WWE where he could use it if he wanted to, but he's not going to. He just, I guess, wants, just for principal purposes.
It's not what he said last night. That's weird.
No,
like I said, it was weird because he's like, it's good to be known not by just one name anymore. I'm back to being Cody Rhodes. It's like, all right. I mean, I feel like the trademark in general, listen, these guys flub their names all the time. How many times have they called him Trent Beretta? And someone's going to say the wrong thing one of these days where they're really going to get sued. But, at least they weren't keeping that stuff to their, they lost. Here you go. Here's fucking Rhodes, I guess. Go to town.
Yeah. The next thing I have is Netflix is planning a new documentary series similar to The Last Dance. But their documentary series is going to be based around Vince McMahon. So I'm not sure what the timeline is going to be, but it is going to be a documentary series. It should be interesting. It seems like they're also planning something around Stone Cold Steve Austin as well.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
That was the Lulia Garcia special, right?
Oh my God.
I hope during this Netflix commentary or Netflix original series, it shows Vince McMahon actually bathing in the money that he's getting from Twitch, from stealing the money straight from his talent's hands.
I hope he power chugs water like he did in Beyond the Mat.
Never forget.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Did you want to get your next piece in?
Yeah, I got one more piece, and I don't know if it's necessarily dirt as much as it is an announcement, but Twitter, YouTube, I saw a couple things pop up saying that there's a special event next week, and the Twitter handle was AEW Games. Next week, November 10th, they will be announcing a 1.0 special event. I don't know what the fuck that means, but when I hear AEW Games, I think someone's putting out a video game.
They already got your $70, huh?
No, because again, I'm still poor. But I will bargain bin that shit.
Well,
$49.99 tops.
I'm just hoping it's not something stupid like Brandon Cutler's fucking tabletop dice or something.
I really hope not. I was about to say no, and then I had to stop myself.
It's gonna be Tony Khan's All Stars.
Now you can play as knockoff versions of the Great Muda and Vader.
I really hope that I hope that they rush this game out and it's an absolute piece of shit like the last 2K game was. I want to see Kenny Omega's eyeballs come right out of his fucking skull.
Hangman looks drunk all the time.
You get to play with the all-in version of Glacier.
Yeah.
That's the pre-order.
They call it the buy-in for a reason.
Put $5 down to get all-in Glacier.
Can I get Legacy Glacier? No, we have nowadays Glacier, and you are gonna like it.
Pre-order at GameStop and get 1998 Disco Inferno.
Hey, do you like Luther? Too bad. He's coming in the package, too. He moves like your dad, and that's not a good thing.
Oh, you want to buy the DLC? Well, here's the first wrestling pack. Austin and Billy Gunn.
Looks like I don't need the season pass this year.
You're gonna have Austin in big letters too, just so you can.
The best part about this game is that they're going to have a main roster, and then you're going to hit R1, and it's going to be the ham and egg menu with all the ham and eggers that they have from Dark. The Dark roster. But it's going to be spaced out like an actual Denny's menu with all the pictures.
Oh, God. Wrestle Now is Lizmark.
Well, see you 2021, y'all. Be there.
We there.
So we do have a name change going on in WWE. It's surprising, right, that WWE would change somebody's name?
Ooh, is it Mustafa Ali again? I really hope it is.
No.
Damn it.
This would actually be Matt Riddle, who is now only going by Riddle.
Damn. With all those rape allegations, they really missed the bar on this one for not calling him Matt Diddle.
Did you? And I'm bad. I'm fucking bad.
Yo, did you hear that combo breaker I just gave him?
What did you say? Matt what?
I said that they missed the chance. They really missed the bar on this with all those rape allegations. They had a chance to call him Matt Diddle.
Matt Diddle?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's better the first time.
Did you hear the new heat that's on him?
No. I wish I waited.
Between him and Seth Rollins?
Mm.
So, apparently, Matt Riddle's wife
He
can't
has a wife?
keep her mouth shut online. And happened to talk about how so many of the women's roster in WWE is out of shape. And decided to use a picture of Becky Lynch from behind as her...
Oh, that's old.
Well, it's new for the podcast, sir. So, so she posted that, and I guess none of it was like a work. All of it was just her just going into business for herself, and Seth Rollins made it clear that he has never worked with Matt Riddle. It's not happening. We're not getting in the ring. If I'm the champ, he has no shot, basically. But yeah, that's the extent of that.
I appreciate whenever Seth Rollins I'm never working with this person, and everyone collectively goes, "Oh, okay."
It's okay. Brock and Shawn Michaels never touched. They survived.
True.
Everyone's not Shawn Michaels, Swerve.
Huh?
I said everyone's not Shawn Michaels.
No, I'm saying Shawn Michaels is bigger than Seth ever was, and, Rock became bigger than everybody. So as long as if Matt got it in him, he'll be all right. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, there is no Matt. There's only Riddle.
Matt Riddle's got to get some boots. That's my only drawback, and maybe I have to get used to it. But yeah.
What is it with guys who don't wear shoes in the ring and abusing women? First Jimmy Snuka, now Riddle.
Jimmy Snuka killed a girl.
Yeah, it's abuse, sir.
You're not wrong.
Rusev
Next
didn't
thing.
hurt nobody. Rusev didn't hurt anybody.
I mean, he might have. You never know. The next thing that I have is, whoops. Okay, so the Young Bucks. Recently, Matt Jackson has been doing an angle where he has been getting FTR, putting the chair around his foot and coming down to injure his ankle. There's a reason for this. The reasoning is what's that? Oh. The reasoning is that Matt Jackson's actually currently dealing with a partially torn ACL and MCL. So they are working that injury into the storyline, but yeah, that is the main reason why he is kind of looking like he's injured, is because he is.
Seems like a bad time to make a stipulation of not being able to challenge for the titles.
Did you have anything else, Jeff, by the way?
No, I'm out. I'm spent with my dirt.
Oop.
All right.
Do you have anything else?
Let's go ahead and get the full gear.
Damn, we just now getting the full gear. I thought we did that early.
I know, right?
What's up, Drew? Can you hear us?
Can anybody hear anybody?
I
can hear you.
Okay, Drew, are you good now? No?
Damn it. He was the one that I was supposed to.
Okay, so yeah, if there's a little pause, it's because we had a little technical snafu there.
I shared a picture of Matt Riddle's wife, and it apparently haunted Drew's computer.
This podcast was too big for one night, so we had to do it.
So the last two bits is, the first one is about wrestler in Impact Wrestling, Kylie Ray. I don't know if you remember, she was in the first ever Impact AEW pay-per-view.
Smiley Kylie, right?
Yeah, she looked like a knockoff Bayley.
I was excited for her, and then she fucking disappeared.
So yeah, she quit AEW shortly after that pay-per-view. Just mysteriously, she's just like, yeah, it's not my thing, and she went to Impact Wrestling.
Drew, hold on. Where does she look like a knockoff Bailey?
Have you ever seen her?
No.
It was her gimmick. Her gimmick was more than anything. It was.
Her gimmick was the Bailey hugger.
Okay. All right. I heard enough.
So this past weekend, or 2 weekends ago, she was scheduled to wrestle at Impact's biggest pay-per-view, Bound for Glory, where she was supposed to take on the women's champion, Deonna Purrazzo, and win the women's championship. She no-showed the event.
Ooh.
To the point where other wrestlers were concerned for her safety. Usually when a wrestler no-shows on a night they're supposed to win a championship, they get Chris Benoit vibes. Impact had to make a statement saying, we've been in contact with her. She's fine. But we're working the situation out. Earlier this week, she just posted on her social media saying, I'm done being a wrestler, and I'm stepping away from social media because it's for my mental health. So it just seems like she's a pretty talented wrestler who's really good on the indies, and when the lights get too bright, she kind of burns out.
You said Impact, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the second woman to do that on Impact?
No.
What did Tessa Blanchard do?
Oh, she got fired.
Yeah, but at first she didn't want to do something, right? She just decided I didn't want to do something. I didn't want to shoot a
So
video.
her contract was expiring in like 3 days. So she just like fucked off. She didn't like no show an event. She just fucked off and said, "Yeah, I'm just not coming back." And
Sounds like the same thing to me.
yeah, well, I mean, she didn't no show the day of the event though. She let them know ahead of time, "Hey, I'm fucking off." And then the last bit is AEW looks to be getting another hour-long TV show on TNT. They have confirmed that it's not going to be in a third hour of Impact or Dynamite, and it's also not going to be Dark moving to TNT. Dark is going to be staying on YouTube.
Thank God.
On Thursdays?
I don't know what day it's going to be, but it is going to be 1 hour long show that's going to be added as a secondary show.
I feel like you've been leading with you've had that like piece of dirt often, where AEW's in talks for another show. AEW might be getting another show, and I don't know how I feel. Like an hour doesn't seem like it's long enough.
Well, you figure that'll be 3 hours a week.
Yeah, that's right. That's the thing is if I'm thinking about it almost like SmackDown and Raw, that's the wrong way to think about it. I need to think of it as an extension. And that's what they kind of needed. They kind of needed a third hour throughout the week instead of relying that you are paying attention on Twitter. You know, that's good. Instead of having to jam all that story work into other matches.
Yeah, it might just be, a couple more promos here and there and probably some ham and eggs for action.
Yeah, because, I mean, don't forget, it seems like it's not a lot because it's an hour. But don't forget, they're working with a fraction of the roster that WWE has. So they don't need 5 hours of TV a week. 3 hours plus Dark is perfect.
Shit, let's not forget WWE has those 5 hours, and they just shit right on your chest with it. So
OBJ.
And that one in the tuck, huh, Drew?
Yeah. I've had that one. Yeah, I've had that one for a little bit. They were supposed to already have their new show, but because of COVID, plans changed.
Yeah.
So you want to get into this card?
Hell yeah.
All right. So we got 8 matches plus the one that's on the pre-show.
Pre-show, baby.
Let's start with the pre-show. That's going to be Serena Deeb defending the NWA World Women's Championship against Allison Kay.
Exactly.
This is a motherfucker. Okay.
Exactly. You couldn't pay me to watch this match. It's featuring a title that's not even on fucking AEW's roster. It's featuring 2 people I've barely paid attention to. I'm starting to wonder if he's actually sleeping.
Are those real snores? It's only 7:37, man. You would have just gotten off work. Oh my God.
G-Man.
Oh my God.
I know it's too much AEW for me too, but come on.
Tell us what you really think about the All Elite Wrestling.
Oh man. Okay, let's start with the shit.
My phone.
Yeah, please call him and wake him up.
So the first match on this show is Orange Cassidy taking on John Silver.
Automatic win for Orange Cassidy.
I get it with this guy.
I'm sorry, how many kids does Mac have again? Because I don't quite see the reason, you know. As for, you say automatic win for Orange Cassidy, I agree. However, I wouldn't mind seeing John Silver get a win here to kind of push him a little bit more than Henchman. But I know it's not going to happen. So, Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, Vern Troyer on steroids is not going to get the win.
What? John Silver, Long John Silver to win?
Yeah. I said I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I know better than that. I'm going with Orange Cassidy.
Oh my gosh.
So, Mac, you still with us there, buddy?
I'm here.
You weren't.
That's the sound of a man who just woke up.
I'm just hearing you guys talking about with AEW and what they're terribly booking.
Listen, you can cover up you falling asleep by shitting on AEW all you want. I don't know who really dropped the ball here, but
listen, I got a nice machine in the background. What's the next match on the card?
it was Orange Cassidy versus John Silver.
What's the next All Out? They gotta put the belt on Cassidy, man. Let him have a run with it. That's my analysis. I don't know who John Silver is.
Yeah.
I know who John Silver is, so I don't really care about you. But put the belt on.
Oh boy.
Oh man, that was great. Swinging in the dark there. That's
Well, let's move on to the next match since now we're not fighting over some snores.
Mac. You need to listen back on that part, man. You need it. Mac, you need a CPAP machine, buddy. You need one of those masks.
I'll get a message from Abby saying, "Bro,
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it in the comment section from Jim Jones.
Who's the fucking snoring?
you know, Jim Jones."
I can finish this.
Man, basically, I forgot about it.
All right, Drew, bring us in.
Okay, the next question we have is for entry into the Inner Circle. Chris Jericho taking on MJF with Wardlow.
That's the next match?
Based on Wikipedia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me MJF, man, because I'm over him.
You over Jericho?
Yeah, I want to see MJF get some comeuppance.
For sure.
He's still my Miz was for a few months.
Pause?
I think that this will start the Wardlow MJF split, and Wardlow will cost him this match. I don't see Jericho losing to MJF right here.
I'm going to say the opposite. I'm going to say the Inner Circle turns on Jericho,
Oh, shit.
and MJF gets the win.
Are there
All right.
planted about that though?
What's that?
Are there any seeds that's planted about them wanting to turn or wanting to lead?
I think they just do it just for a shock factor, but just because of everything that Chris Jericho does, it's like goofy. I think the Inner Circle might be looking at it as, man, you haven't had the belt in a long time. You're not even in the rankings. And, why do we need you as our leader who's just doing comedy skits and commentary when this guy is at the top of the card?
I'm going to go MJF winning on this one, and I'm actually going to take the storyline slightly different there. I do think they're planting the seeds of MJF and Wardlow splitting, and I wouldn't be surprised if he like ditches Wardlow or something like that. But I see this working out. First off, I see Jericho is here to put over MJF. I think that's what he's here for, and that's what he needs to do probably after the Moxley loss. I also see maybe even MJF being part of the inner circle and start cracking up the inner circle from the inside, breaking it down, not just them turning on Jericho, but literally having them all split up.
Are you pissing right now?
No, I took a swig of water.
Oh. Next match that we have is Hikaru Shida defending the AEW Women's Championship against Nyla Rose against Vicky Guerrero.
Wait a minute. Say that again?
Hikaru Shida defending the Women's Championship against Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero.
Oh. Yeah, somebody else can predict. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't even watched. I mean, my prediction would just be a fart in the wind. Maybe Nyla Rose.
Okay. Anyone else have a prediction there?
Sheeta.
I can't help but feel like they're kind of like leading to Nyla Rose getting it back because Vicky Guerrero is the mic piece for her. But like Vicky's not an attraction. Like she's not a Paul Heyman. I don't give a shit what you think. She's not a Paul Heyman, and no one likes her on the mic.
Excuse me, my good sir.
Yeah, but at the same time, like as good as I've liked Sheeta as a champion, I'm kind of done with her at the same time. But I would rather go anyone else than Nyla Rose. So Hikaru Shida for the retaining the champion.
Where's Rio going to be in the match?
Who gives a shit about Rio?
Oh, God. You guys are just awful.
No, fuck Rio. She was terrible.
She was.
Awful.
Damn.
Sounds like she owes you money, man. God damn.
She practically does after her championship reign.
Ooh.
Next match that we have up is the match that we're all waiting for, the Elite Deletion match. Matt Hardy taking on Sammy Guevara, which will be another cinematic.
Your favorite.
So done with these.
They're doing a cinematic so Matt Hardy doesn't die this time.
Or at least if he does, they can cut away.
That's true. Max Swerve.
And these, I mean, if this was a regular, match in a square circle, I would go with Hardy. I mean, I would go with Sammy. But with these cinematronics they're using, I'm gonna go with Matt Hardy for the win.
I'm going to say Sammy because I think Matt Hardy won the first cinematic match they did.
Yeah, he did win the first match because it was if he lost, he would have been out of AEW. But also, he did suffer a concussion, and then they rushed the end of that match. But it's hard to say because I don't think, if I remember correctly, this match is happening at the quote-unquote Matt Hardy compound, which makes you think that Matt Hardy's going to win for sure because it's going to be him and all of his fucking faces.
Will his wife be there too?
I mean, I kind of hope so. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Maybe she could throw another child at him or something. I don't know.
It's going to be at his compound. He's definitely going to lose then.
Yeah. Oh, really? You think he's definitely going to lose because it's at his compound, huh?
Absolutely. Has Undertaker ever won a buried alive match?
He won against AJ.
That wasn't. Oh, yeah, that was. Well, that wasn't called a buried live match.
Whatever. It's a fucking boneyard match because people were dying. Whatever. It's a buried alive match.
Well, under
I'm
the
gonna go Sammy Guevara because, like you said, I think he's gotta take a win in this column against Matt Hardy. I just kind of hope that they give up on this fucking angle and Matt Hardy fades into existence like he should.
Mm.
I just want Matt Hardy to get home safe. That's all I really want.
Well, he's gonna be home in this match. Drew, what do you think?
I think no matter who wins, we all lose.
Yeah.
Next match that we have is FTR taking on the Young Bucks for the World Tag Team titles. Tully Blanchard banned from ringside. If the
Did
Young
not
Bucks
know that.
lose, yep, that was one of the stipulations, I guess.
All right. Anyone else want to start? You know what? I'll take it. I fucking hate FTR. I cannot stand them. I think they're terrible. I think they're bland. I think they are so cookie cutter for just we're old school tag team wrestling. I don't care. You guys are boring the ass out of me, and your names are stupid. And I want you to vacate the titles just because I'm done seeing you as champion. Not even so much that I think the Young Bucks need to be champions. I'm just tired of FTR. They need to go.
Tell us how you really feel, man.
I told you exactly how I really feel. They came in and they just started getting all these W's right to the top. They did exactly what everyone says about all the other WWE guys, except they actually went right to the top and kept the titles. I think that was stupid as shit. I can't stand them.
I'll go with FTR just because I like to see Jeff get pissed.
This motherfucker. Petty.
Bucks will win this one.
Will Matt Jackson be wrestling?
It looks like he will be.
Okay.
And that's also why I feel that I don't think that they're going to win. I think that FTR is going to keep it just because Matt Jackson's going to have to go for surgery. I know if they said they would never go for him again, but I have a feeling that they'll find some way to get out of that.
I think they're too deep in now, man. If Cody keeps saying he won't go, then Young Bucks got to follow suit the exact same way if they do that.
Unless they win it and then they have to vacate because he has to get surgery.
I mean, that would be bad, but yeah, I mean, at the very least, I'd be done seeing FTR.
You're never done seeing FTR.
God damn it.
All right. Next thing that we have is Cody Rhodes defending the TNT Championship against Darby Allin. Any
Cody.
thoughts?
Yeah. I don't trust men who wear ripped up jean shorts. Cody.
I think they're actually going to be putting it on Darby here. I think they've been pushing him way too much since the beginning, which, I mean, I think he's a great wrestler. I think him and his Daisy Dukes are a little too much for me. Like I said, once my wife pointed that out, it was over for me with Darby Allin. But I think with as much as they've been pushing him, I think they're going to put it on him to see what happens.
So, I have a slightly different thought on that. I believe that Cody is going to win. Here is the reason.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. Go ahead.
Okay, so who is the guy that Taz is trying to recruit?
Will Hobbs.
Will Hobbs. I predict Will Hobbs will accept Taz's invite and will do so by screwing Darby Allin.
That's a pretty solid plan.
Taz promised that he would have a presence in that pay-per-view. He told Will Hobbs that he has to make a decision, and then they've kind of reminded you a little bit every so often, but not so much that it's in your face. And it seems like they're going to have the payoff there because Darby is involved with that angle.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's as soon as you said I have a better idea, I forgot that Taz was spouting about how Team Taz is gonna be there. I could almost see it being like Cody and Darby actually fighting off Ricky Starks and Cage momentarily, and then like you said, like Will Hobbs comes in and smashes Darby Allin or something like that, and then causes them the match. That's not bad. I like that. I don't like that Cody Rhodes would still be the champion. I mean, I'm just kind of I'm a sucker for Cody. I'm not a sucker for him as a champion. I'm kind of done with it now. Ever since they just spat in Brody Lee's eye, that's not to say that I really like Brody Lee, but when they took that title off of him and they did that mob hit on him, and then as soon as Cody came back from his fucking TV show, he immediately took it back. In a good dogfight or dog collar match, but still, he immediately took it back to just prove that he was just a title holder. That being said, as I'm saying this now, maybe this is where Brody Lee comes back because he's been playing injured since that fight. So I wonder if he comes back to have a presence also.
I do feel that I think that we can all agree there's going to be some shenanigans.
Some shenanigans ensued, for sure.
2 matches left. We have Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega, number 1 contender for the championship. Who do we got?
We should have did this last.
There's one more match after this, but I was going to ask what you guys feel would be the main event.
This one right here.
Yep.
They have put a lot into this one.
I think they already said that the championship match is main eventing. I could be wrong, but I feel like I heard it.
Isn't that something they kind of made, a rule early on that the championship will always go last, but it's just that this feels bigger?
It's wrestling. They make a lot of rules.
Does this have any stipulation as far as, like, weapons or no DQ?
Nope, it's just a normal match for the championship.
The winner will be the head of the table.
He's got to have Fatu tell him.
So Hangman or Omega? I'm going to give it to Kenny Omega, man. I mean, I know I said if they brought him over to be like the best wrestler that they have, and this has been a long build-up, and I think brought him over here to be the best wrestler at Impact is kind of thrown out the window. But I think he's a better wrestler than Hangman, so I'm going to go Kenny Omega.
Before I answer, I would like to ask my AEW correspondents, who has the biggest chance out of these 2 gentlemen of recovering from a loss? Like, who needs this more than the other person?
That's a good question. Because I feel like they're both, like, Hangman is obviously reeling from losing the championship, and he's also still got that I lost the original championship match that he keeps bringing up. Kenny Omega, however, has come into this very much like, hey, I came over here, like Max said, to be the best wrestler, and he has not been the marquee name even remotely close to it.
Right.
Like, the closest thing he had was that non-sanctioned match with Moxley, which wasn't even for a title back then. So it's like, they both need this win real bad. I think Kenny Omega needs it way more, to be honest.
I think that they've been telling a story throughout the tournament, too, with Kenny having, I don't want to call them easy matches, but his first match was literally just him hitting the V-trigger and winning. The second match was a little bit tougher, but Hangman has had these just brutal matches throughout the tournament. So I think that that's kind of like the story that they're telling as well there.
Yeah, so to me it seems like pull the trigger with Kenny Omega anytime they want. But if Hangman has been taking the Benoit route where everything has just been super tough, I'm going to go with Hangman winning this.
But it's not like he's going to fall off the face of the earth if he does lose, though, right?
No, I think they're both very much like in the company. They're not going anywhere. Also, for listeners at home, that is once again 2 Benoit references while Uwapa Jeff has been on the show. I don't know why it happens. It just happens.
You bring out the dark side of me,
Yeah.
And you have a family. You're the only one of us who can actually pull a Benoit.
Oh, boy.
Jesus Christ.
Yo.
What's the next match, Drew? God damn.
No. Don't leave yet. I'm not done. I didn't speak. I didn't say which one. I'm going to say I had a lot of trouble thinking about this one because it also comes down to who's walking out of here with the championship. Because, and we'll obviously be talking about that next, between Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. If Kenny Omega wins and Jon Moxley retains, I'm seeing the same match that I did, even though it was a non-sanctioned, no rules, whatever match. I don't really need to see that again. But at the same time, Hangman already had a shot. I don't really necessarily need to see Hangman go in. I think if I had to pick one, I think that they're going to be pushing Kenny Omega. And I wouldn't be surprised if, even though that they are friends, you see, they've been weird about the heel turn, non-heel turns with the elite guys. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Kenny pull some shady shit at the end to really push home that he's a heel. Or maybe not. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm going to say Kenny Omega, though. Drew?
I'm going to say Hangman Page gets the win there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, based on his promos, everything else, it just feels like the better storyline is Kenny Omega, who is showing off all these accolades. You know, I'm the best in this. I won that. I won every tournament. You know, yada yada yada, and he gets to the finals and loses. What does that do to him?
So you're thinking,
what was that?
You're thinking Hangman confetti almost.
Not just that, but also that will push him to like a full-on heel turn of, you know, how dare you beat me? I am the best at everything. I won every tournament. There's not a tournament I've ever lost. And you do this to me, fuck you, and going full heel.
Yeah. Then he could really be Akuma.
Yeah. I see that too, for sure. I can't help but feel like every time that they've been almost like, oh, it's almost heel time. It's almost heel time for you, Kenny. Like the last pay-per-view they pulled that where he's like driving away without the other guys. And it's almost heel time. And it's like, you're blue balling us at this point. Either do it or don't. And I think you're right. You know, there's a good chance that he could pull that off this one. I can see Adam Page winning too, though. But I think Kenny Omega, I think I would prefer Kenny Omega winning more than anything. But moving on.
And the last match of the night, world title, Jon Moxley defending against Eddie Kingston in an I Quit match.
Mox is taking to a whole other level. Mox retaining it.
Unanimous, right?
What's that?
This has got to be unanimous, right? I mean,
yeah, I really enjoy Eddie Kingston, but I can't see him winning this championship.
that's the problem with these contenders. They all just feel like one-off guys. If it was Kenny, if it was Hangman or somebody in that picture, I would feel a little differently. But, you know, all these one-off guys that he's been facing, I never once think that they have a shot in winning. I don't care what the promo said.
I'm gonna roll the dice. I think they shoot for Kingston. I don't feel like it, but I can't help but feel like if they did, it would really cause some ripples. And it's also, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm tired of seeing Moxley with the belt. I don't find him to be spectacular. I find him to be really good at what he does, but at the same time, it's like, every time you're doing a promo, it's the same shit. I'm really tired of it. I really am, about how you're just crazy and you'll be the last man standing. You're gonna have to kill me. It's just like I kind of want Eddie Kingston to win, even though I don't see John Moxley saying I quit. But could you imagine if they flipped the table and made Eddie Kingston the fucking AEW World Championship? That would be crazy.
You know what I just thought of that I can definitely see them doing? Because they love to go back to the well and use stuff that other companies have used in the past. I can totally see Eddie Kingston and his group using a sound clip of John Moxley, because he did say during that promo a couple times, I'm going to make you say the words I quit. I can see him getting Moxley in the position where he has them play the audio over the speaker of Moxley yelling I quit and getting a schmaz finish.
Oh, the old Mankind angle, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I can see that happening.
That would be some shit.
And that you have a reason for Moxley to come back and go, no, I get a rematch. That's fucking bullshit. I didn't say I quit.
Between that or I don't know, maybe. No, I can't even think of anything. I don't see, they've obviously built up John Moxley as this character who will never say I quit at all.
Well,
The problem is,
there is one way out of that. He could say I quit if Eddie Kingston gets Renee out there and puts her in a chokehold.
Ooh. Yo, Renee does need some paychecks these days. You might as well. Give him the old Lana through the table style. I could see them doing something that they would actually make him say I quit, not because he's going to quit the match, but either that or even something where, okay, let me just double check. I quit match. You can is there rules to that match? Or can I use weapons?
I think
you can use weapons. There's no DQ. The only thing that the only way to win is to say I quit.
What if, and this is, so they go on about how they're friends and everything, especially this last promo where they're talking about how he promised his mom. Could you imagine John Moxley beating the shit out of Eddie Kingston so hard that he's looking down at his old friend bleeding out pretty much and then saying, what have I become? And then pretty much saying I quit?
What if Eddie Kingston has him in a situation where he just will not say I quit? Will not. And then Eddie Kingston's like, this calls for desperate measures and calls for the back. And he gets his crew to come out with Renee Young. And basically puts him in a situation where it's like, quit or, we're going to do something bad to your wife.
Yeah, that's what Swerve just said. Put her in a chokehold.
Oh, I did not hear that. I'm sorry.
You didn't hear any of that? Damn.
No, the audio was on. I was miles away. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He said, pull out Renee and put her in a chokehold, and all of a sudden he's gonna say I quit. And that's when I said, oh, Renee's got to bring in some paychecks these days. She ain't bringing any money in.
She's got a cookbook.
Keep cooking. I don't know what Renee's doing.
I mean, personally, I'd love Eddie Kingston as a champion, even if it's not even that long, just because I'm done with Moxley, and I think that it opens up some serious avenues. But again, I'm a little worried that they're not going to do it because it's John Moxley, and
Moxley's gonna hold on to the belt for a while.
John Moxley will become John Cena.
It's been almost a year. I'm fucking tired of it already. Like I said, man. I'm saying Kingston. I'm putting my money down. We'll see what happens. I just wasted my money, but whatever.
You certainly did.
But if I see Renee come out, man, I already know I'm getting paid out.
They're listening. All right. We have Abby's question, you said? Did he send an email?
Yeah, he said he emailed it.
All right, let me pull up the email.
While you're pulling up the email, I got a shoot question for you guys. Maybe you guys could throw this one out there, or if you can't think of it right now, maybe you can think about it for a week and throw it out. Pick an entrance theme as you, the person, are now a wrestler.
Any song?
Yeah, Mac. We don't need WWE's fucking schmaz factory that they usually pump out. You want to pick something as an entrance? What does Total Mac come out to?
There was a song the other day. I was like, yo, this would be a good run. I forgot what it is now. All right. Well, since I can't think of that, I'll go with it's cheap. I was gonna say Thunderstruck.
All right.
Gangsta's Paradise.
A little behind the curtains, guys. Drew has told me many times over our friendship that he wants to make sure that someone, he doesn't care who, plays Gangster Paradise at his funeral. So
Plot to it. Even at his own funeral, Drew is a ham and egger.
yeah, buddy, in your casket.
He's in the dirt already, and people just show up, or he's in the ring.
Drew, in your casket, I'll make sure to put a Denny's menu in for you.
Please do. Make sure you circle the ham and eggs.
One final ham and egger.
But hey, make sure I'm already in the room when you start playing the music, because I want the ham and egg entrance.
There you go. Already in the ring. And by that, I mean the casket. Swerve, do you have an entrance theme?
Yes, it would be the intro to Donkey Kong Country. Where Cranky Kong is winding to crank up, and then the beat kicks in.
Wait, are we talking about the game, or are we talking about the show where the Donkey Kong Country rap?
The game.
Okay. I feel like we're going to have to look that up, but it just sounds right in my head already.
What about you, Jeff?
Oh, I'd probably pull some bullshit from like Mega Man. I hate to say it, I'm pretty generic with it. Speed metal, good. Let's go with that. Like there's a couple specifically from a couple video games, but like having some guy run a metal thing on that and then put that out, just get you hyped. It's always been my thing.
Kenny O'Metal.
Well, that's the thing. The guy who did Kenny Omega's theme song, he does a lot of stuff like that. So something along those lines. He actually did that theme song. Like that wasn't a video game song, though. He made that composition off end.
I miss his old music from New Japan, but that's just me.
It is just you.
Wow.
No, it's probably Abby too. Let's not lie. Speaking of which,
speaking of Abby, he checks in. The weather is beautiful.
What you got for us this week?
What's that?
I was asking Jim Jones what he has for us this week.
Oh.
Shots fired.
And I feel like Abby is so dark. He doesn't mean the rapper Jim Jones. He means the evangelical pastor Jim Jones.
Or he's talking about the wrestling manager Jeff Jones and just got the name fucked up.
He does botch promos, guys. So let's not forget, it's possible he fucked up the name. Sorry, Abby. I had to.
All right. The weather is beautiful. I've recovered from my poor decisions from last week. I got a bottle of Jack, like life is good. And to make things better, it's full fucking gear week, bros. I present to you, Abby's, no arguing with me, because I know it's best for AEW predictions.
Jesus Christ.
Buy-in show. Serena Deeb versus Allison Kay. No one wins. Bunny isn't in the match, so I'm not buying this. Orange Cassidy versus John Silver. Silver has been on fire on BTE and grabbing more time on TV. I think he wins this, and we get a longer feud with him and Orange and or additional Dark Order members. Jericho versus MJF. MJF wins. Wardlow doesn't get to join the inner circle with him. Swervey gets his Wardlow singles run. Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. Is Matt going to finally retire with his deletion match? I think Sammy wins. He's another one like MJF to build up long-term in AEW. Hangman versus Kenny Omega. Everything points to Kenny, but I predict Hangman gets his comeuppance and wins. Hangman then gets his shot against Mox or whoever has the title. I think it makes for a better story to have face Hangman take this. Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose. This has had absolutely terrible build-up. Shida had her storylines with Thunder Rosa, Ivelisse, and Diamante. Nyla has been squashing jobbers. Shouldn't have booked this. Shida should retain. FTR versus Young Bucks. This is tough. Figured FTR was going to retain until the Bucks decided to give themselves their own stipulation, and they need this match and the belts. I still predict FTR wins, opens up an interesting future for the Bucks. Do they split? Do they go a singles run? Do they give themselves a new tag name? Cody versus Darby. The build-up has been pretty terrible. Darby battles Ricky Starks week after week, making you think these two get a match on the pay-per-view. And now we have Darby sitting in the stands staring at Cody. Cody, in my mind, doesn't deserve to take back the belt from Brody Lee, and he'll retain again. I think the bigger story is how much Pyro will be blown off in this match. Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. Hype for the match. The first match they had was solid, and the promos since have been excellent. I think this is the match where Moxley drops the belt. Congrats to Eddie on his forthcoming title victory, but it will be short. Pac is fucking back. And my perfect, completely thought-out predictions. Let's throw in one more prediction. AEW debuts a new wrestler, either an official signing or a visitor. I have no idea who is available on the market and would make waves in the wrestling world. He said wrestling work, but I think he meant world. Perhaps we get a New Japan invasion. The writing has been on the wall for over a month or so. So that's Abby.
A lot of W words in there.
I like how he just at the end just blindly throws things in the dirt. Someone's coming in. It might be an official signing. It might be someone just running in. I don't know who. Fuck it.
That's a Dave Meltzer writing right there.
Work during the summer.
Better put a lot of P and D words in there, you know what I mean?
Well, when you guys call him out saying he doesn't send emails, I'm surprised it didn't start with, hey, fuckers.
No, that'll be in his YouTube comments.
Now, this is where we start the program of him pretending he's not Jim Jones, and this runs to Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm not Jim Jones, and Dude Love is not Mankind. Do we have anything else?
I got just one quick thing. Shout out to Pat McAfee and what they're doing over there at NXT the past couple weeks. It's been must-watch TV. I know we don't cover NXT over here, but it's been good storytelling, good work.
You been watching that?
Huh?
You been watching that?
The Pat McAfee stuff?
Yeah.
Man, it's been amazing.
You watching NXT? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit. It's been amazing what they're doing with Undisputed Era and Pete Dunne and McAfee and a couple other guys. I can't think of their names right now, but it's been good. I wish Morrow was still there, but things happen with him and his situation. So, but no, Pat McAfee, he's amazing, yo.
Yeah,
Did you say Morrow as in the commentator Morrow?
Morrow
Yeah.
not there anymore.
Yo, think about this for a second. I know that they already got too much, but AEW 1 hour show, let's get Morrow on there. Get Morrow and Taz.
you imagine those two together?
Exactly.
Mamma mia, what a rocket buster!
I would watch that hour show every week with those two on it. Get Excalibur out of there. He's a racist piece of shit anyways. Let's go.
Hey, shout out to y'all for holding it down for like the past, I don't know, whatever that, it probably was like 5 minutes. But I'm tired as hell, man.
You want to run us out there now, Mac? I think we're all done today.
I was going to ask, do you have anything else?
Just thanking the gentlemen on this fine podcast and the listeners for dealing with my bullshit once again.
And special thanks to Jim Jones.
Yes.
Is Jim Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy a very, very good podcast today. Make sure you listen to it to get your preview for Full Gear. That is going to be on Saturday. This Saturday. You got nothing else to do. Watch that. Listen to this beforehand, where you can hear 4, it's normally 3, but 4 Jamokes talk about what is going to happen this upcoming Saturday. Then tune back in next week and you can hear us either talk about how we were right or talk about why we were wrong and how it makes sense that we were wrong. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on SoundCloud. You can listen there. Most importantly, we need some love over there on YouTube. Hit us up on YouTube. We are there. We are there. We are there. Just look us up. No Pyro Podcast. To close us out, ladies and gentlemen, starting first with Swervy Lee, No Chill Drew. My name is Total Mac. And as always, want to give a very, very, just the happiest of thank yous to, well, Avi, you get that one first, but the happiest of thank yous to our guy, Uab Jeff, for stopping through and giving us a full-length preview of AEW's Full Gear. We will be back next week. Y'all in these streets. It's getting crazy out here with the red states and the blue states and the purple states and the white plates and all these colors all over the place, man. Stay safe. Stay vibrant. Xbox and PlayStation next week. Damn, it's about to get crazy. We out this bitch like an incumbent Senate or president. Deuces.